Welcome to Neanderthal. They'll make you walk the line of passion and the divine. Neanderthal. They're gonna talk Neanderthal.
Starting. Oh my, man eats wild.
That's right, dude.
This is really cool for me. It is, man. Is it weird going from BSing back and forth to all of a sudden podcast mode?
A little bit.
It's really not fake though. Like this is for real.
That's right.
This is really cool, man. I do appreciate you being here.
I'm happy to be here, man.
I have wanted you on the podcast for quite a while, to be honest. Like, even before I started the podcast,
Yeah.
you were one of the main people I had in mind to have as a guest.
Well, I'm pretty honored to hear that, but I'm sure you'll have much better guests down the road.
Only time will tell. I have a lot of good guests, and you're one of them. Don't mind me as I smoke my CBD from Vince Sanders. You guys remember him from episode number 5 or 6. So, Man Eats Wild here has I don't even know where to begin, but I'm just going to begin with, he has an amazing Instagram page.
That's right.
And you've got a ton of followers. I was just looking at it today.
Yeah, I got a few.
You got quite a few, man. What about, is it 5,000 or 8,000?
No, it's like 8 something.
Yeah.
I'd like to get it up to 10. So.
Dude, what happens at 10?
I don't know.
Other than
that's
it
just
being,
like the next milestone.
Yeah.
You know? So that's where I want to get to.
Will you do like some kind of celebration with 10?
I don't know, but I was thinking about doing a giveaway or something, to try to get it to 10.
Oh.
Right away.
It's not a bad idea.
Give away some Cabela's gift cards or something,
Yeah, I've seen you give a couple of those.
Yeah, I've done it in the
away.
past, yeah.
Yeah.
Just for the heck of it.
Wow. I got Man Eats Wild on my podcast. This really is cool. And it's weird because we work together, but like even if we didn't, I would look at you and be like, how can I get that guy on my podcast?
Yeah,
like,
oh, that's cool, man.
Like I don't want to make you feel weird, Jason. I'm going to like man crush on you for a minute.
All right, do it.
You're like, I don't know, man. You're doing, I've said it on the podcast so many times. You're doing the damn thing.
Yeah.
Like, so you got a job, whatever. But outside of that, you're pursuing passions.
Yeah.
And one of your passions is hunting.
Absolutely.
Which is a passion that I share as well. And then cooking, I guess, would be.
Yeah, I mean, I like cooking wild game. I don't really get into, I was just thinking on the way over, like, if you were to take me to the top, butcher shop in town and be like, here's $500, get whatever you want, it probably wouldn't even excite me.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
It would excite me, and I love wild game.
Yeah.
I would just be like, I don't even know what I would get. I'd get pretty excited over that, but I respect it.
Yeah, I don't know. I can't even really honestly tell you why it is, but it's just something I've noticed with myself,
How much non-wild game do you eat?
Well, at home, very little.
Like in general, just like in your life at all, like
if we go out,
sure. I mean, that's you can't avoid that.
Yeah, and we do go out, a decent amount, but at home, I can't even say that we've bought beef in probably, I don't know, 3 or 4 years at least.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah, I'm not kidding. Maybe some roast beef, like lunch meat for the kids or something.
Right.
But no steaks, no burger.
Wow.
So
that's the dream. How do you? I mean, it's a dream for a lot of people. It's a dream for me. I would love to be able to get to that point. Would I have to be a rifle hunter to do that?
It helps. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, for sure. I guess maybe I need to start rifle hunting. I was going to start muzzle loading.
Yeah.
Muzzle loader hunting this year.
That's a good one because it opens up some more time.
Yeah.
Time for you.
Well, did you ever? Now, is this because of the way you grew up is that kind of like the lifestyle and it just happens to lead that, or is there like a conscious effort like, hey, I don't want to support big farm, I don't want to buy my meat? Like, is there a conscious effort for that, or is it this is just how it is, this is how I want to do it?
Well, you want the full story?
Please. I mean, it's a podcast, we got all night.
All right. Well,
I got all night.
Yeah, so do I. So, I was just like an addict from a kid, from the time I was, in diapers still. It started off mainly fishing, right? Like that's all I cared about. I would drive everybody crazy, asking questions like, "What do you think's biting today?"
Yeah. At what ages?
Oh, like 3 and 4. And,
Oh my.
even before that, if there was like a pond or a mud puddle formed in the driveway or yard,
Yeah.
I was out there with a little fishing rod and bobber, trying to catch something. So,
Oh wow.
and then my grandparents, I told you before, one of my grandparents had a farm, a cattle farm. My other grandparents lived at a lake, and so I just got to fish all the time. And it rain, winter, snow, ice. I just always wanted to go fishing.
Fishing's really good for kids. I think it's a better start than hunting because it's just so much more active. Like the success rate is so much higher.
Yeah,
it
you
can
get
keep
to
you entertained more.
Yeah, you get to get involved right away.
Yeah, fishing's the way to go.
And so grew up fishing all the time, and going up to my grandparents' farm, hunting. We'd go frog gigging and all that.
I've never done that.
Never done that?
I'd like to do that.
Yeah, we should go. That's a whole nother adventure on its own.
Yeah, see, you rip the pants off of them, right?
Yeah.
That's what they say for cleaning them.
Yeah. Yeah, it's pretty. Cleaning them's easy.
Yeah.
Getting them is a whole nother adventure, wading out in a farm pond full of muck and snakes. And
Oh, really? It's not
Yeah.
just going to a pond and just gigging them, or?
Yeah, but you end up out in the nasty water, with a flashlight at night trying to do it.
I didn't think it was that hard at all because I've done a lot of fishing. Like
Yeah,
on
you
farm
can-
ponds,
Yeah.
and just around the edges, it seems like you could bring your, I don't know, BB gun or something and just.
Yeah.
What do you do?
Well, we
you
used
gig
to
'em?
yeah, we gig them. We used to shoot a lot of them with 22s, but sometimes they'd still hop off way out there in the
That
the
seems
water.
overkill. A 22.
Well, a BB gun. We shot a bunch with a BB gun over the years, but it doesn't do much to them right off the bat. So they'll, like a pellet gun, they'll still hop off.
Really, it's not
Yeah.
gonna like those little arrow, like the little pointy tip.
Yeah,
You know what
even
you're
though-
talking-
yeah. I mean, sometimes it will, but there's a lot of times they'll still.
Really?
Yeah, they'll still hop out there.
Okay.
Yeah,
They're tough little
They're
boogers.
tough.
I mean, they are. Are they dinosaurs?
I don't know about that, but they're.
I mean, are they around? Have they been around since dinosaurs?
yeah, I don't know.
Are they that old?
I don't know,
Huh.
but
I don't know either, but I feel like they would be.
I feel like like.
But they don't
snap-
get the respect because they're not like
Yeah,
alligators
right.
or crocodiles. I mean,
Yeah.
though you look at them and you're like, oh yeah, obviously those are dinosaurs and they were around back then. They were from around back then, right?
Right.
We're frogs, and if frogs were, of course, they don't get that respect, but they should.
Well, I think if they could hurt you more, they probably would
Right,
get respect.
because they get no respect. They're the
Yeah.
Rodney Dangerfield of ancient animals.
Yeah, exactly. They taste good though.
Do they really?
Oh yeah, they're great.
You know, I've had it a couple times. I had it once as a kid because I wanted to sound cool and be like, "Oh yeah, I'll try frog legs. I'm not
Right.
scared." And I got taken to this hole-in-the-wall bar in the middle of like BFE, Michigan, and he said, "All right, this place has frog legs. I'm putting you to the test." I was
Yeah.
like, "Done, son.
Right.
You don't test me." I did this at a very young age. I'm talking, I was probably 6 years old.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And did it. And of course, I was like, yep, these are good. I like frog legs.
Right.
I didn't play it. I was like, I just pretended. I don't remember if I did like them or not.
Yeah, there's no way you were gonna.
I remember distinctively looking at them. I can tell you what they look like. They were in a basket. Like, in a bar, how you get
Yeah.
like
right.
the basket with like the
The weave.
yes,
Yeah.
yes, the woven basket, and it had
Yeah.
the paper in it, and it had
Right.
fries with it, and they weren't like super dark brown; they were like the lighter ones. and they were kind of fishy.
Yeah.
Are they supposed to be fishy?
A little bit.
Okay, so maybe
You
they're-
know, the texture's like halfway between fish
and chicken.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so I said that I liked them, but I don't actually remember if I liked them or not.
Right.
And then Ameristar Casino,
Yeah.
they have. Have you been to their buffet?
No, I haven't.
How come?
I don't know.
Do you know?
I've been there for a fight, but
Do you know about their buffet?
I've heard about it. Yeah.
It's you're a while. Well, but you go out to eat.
Yeah, we do go out.
Okay. Do you like buffets? Yeah, you're American, right?
You know what? We used to do buffets a lot, but not so much anymore.
Trying to watch the old figures. Is that what's going on?
Yeah, that's a big part of it.
Listen. If you get the hankering for like just going all out, the buffet's serious. It's like they have like a Chinese buffet, a barbecue buffet, an Italian buffet, seafood buffet, and it's all one big buffet, but there's like all these
Right,
stations.
all the different sections.
And the Chinese one has frog legs on there, and they were all right.
All right.
But for you being a really good wild game cook, I guess. Holy cow! I don't know where I've gone, Jason. I went a long way from you only eating wild game to a Chinese Italian buffet in the casino here in Kansas City. All right, back to frog gigging. I would actually like the frog gig though. I would try some frogs.
Oh yeah.
Like some real straight up legit wild cooked frogs. Like you just fry them, right?
Yeah, just fry them. A little bit of batter, little spices, just fry them up.
Man,
They move around a little bit in the pan when you're frying them too.
do they?
Yeah. Yeah, their nerves in there get to go.
Because they're reptiles or amphibians.
Amphibians.
Yeah. They're not reptiles. What's the difference between a reptile and an amphibian? This is public school at its finest, you guys. You can laugh at me all you want. I'm dumb. I've said it before. What's the difference between a reptile and an amphibian?
Man, I don't know if I can tell you right now.
Yeah.
It's one of those things you know it when you see it.
Well, no, I know that, but I just mean as far as, like, technically.
Yeah.
Because reptiles were dinosaurs, as we were saying, and they come from a long time ago, like the alligators and crocodiles. And a frog's an amphibian. But we got amphibians from way back then, too.
Oh, yeah. Speaking of, have you seen that, you know what a water dog is?
Is that a mud puppy?
Yeah, like a mud puppy.
Yeah.
Have you seen that Japanese one that's like 6 feet long?
Are you kidding me?
I am not kidding. I forget what it's called, but it's freaky. I think it has teeth even.
No.
Yeah. Yeah, you can look it up.
Is it new?
No, they're like endangered. There's only a handful of them or something. They
It's
say.
6 feet. It's bigger than us.
Yeah, like the biggest ones are like 5-6 feet.
They're walking around. Are they aggressive? They walk and swim, right?
They swim, yeah. Yeah, they're underwater. They're
Okay,
nasty.
I gotta look this thing up. Yeah, we can.
You can pull it on.
I can pull it up here.
Yeah.
This is a very selfish part of the podcast for me right now because other people can't see me looking this up, and people who are listening can't see, obviously.
Right.
But we're gonna look it up anyways. So they got to see Japanese water dog.
Yeah, look up giant Japanese salamander.
Giant Japanese.
It's disgusting looking too.
Should I go to images? Oh, it looks kind of like. Oh my gosh, that thing right there. Look at this one.
Yeah, that's it.
How big is that thing? Chinese giant salamander conservation. So it looks.
We actually have.
It looks like a snake head,
Yeah.
right?
Well, we have a similar thing here in Missouri. It's just not as big. It's called a hellbender. Have you
I've
of
heard.
that?
I've heard of that.
Yeah.
Look at this.
So we
thing.
have like the miniature version here.
No.
That's not real.
That can't be real.
No way.
This is no way. Is this real? Photoshop. Giant. I don't know where this thing took me to. Look at that's not real.
No.
All right, the internet. I love the internet
Right.
so much, but I also hate it. Like, why do you gotta screw around with me? Like, look at that thing.
Yeah, I don't
Oh, here we go. That's
Yeah, that's
Imi-
not real. They're not that
that's
big.
like some perspective stuff, or perhaps Photoshop.
Yeah, I'm going to say
Right?
that's Photoshop.
Officer spots giant salamander. You know what that looks like? great, one of the great time movies of all time, Tremors.
Tremors.
Doesn't
Yeah,
that-
that's exactly what that looks like.
It looks like a Tremors thing. Okay. Well, yeah, even if that's not real, the other ones are pretty insane.
Yeah, I think there's like there's probably something even on Netflix. I feel like I watched a like documentary about them or something.
Okay, I mean they're just big. 6 feet. I can't imagine a 6 foot long. I guess I can. I mean, if you think about Komodo dragons or alligators, crocodiles. I mean, yeah, but a salamander is a smooth lizard.
Yeah, nasty.
Yeah.
You're surprised that they even survived this long. Like, you'd think people would just want to kill them off back in the day.
They're protected though, for sure.
Oh yeah, I'm sure now.
Even Japanese people are protecting them because Japan's horrible, right?
Oh, I'm sure there's somebody trying to eat one over there.
Probably more than just someone.
Yeah.
But yeah, they're really bad.
I mean, if you had it fried in a basket in front of me, with some fries from a creepy bar, I'd try it.
Oh, I'll try anything. I try anything fried. I was talking to somebody just this morning. I was talking to a non-hunter
Oh yeah.
about mountain lions around here.
Yeah.
And she said, "Oh my gosh, you're kidding me. There's mountain lions around here?" I was like, "Oh yeah."
It'd freak her out.
Yeah, she's like, "You kidding me?" I go, "No." I was like, "Where do you live?" And she said, "Shawnee Mission."
Oh yeah.
I go,
It's been in the news over
not
there.
only are there mountain lions, I go, "There's mountain lions in your backyard."
Right.
I go, "Shawnee Mission Park has multiple mountain lions there." And I was and I was telling her, I was like, I would like to shoot one with my bow.
Right.
It's
Eat it.
and eat it. And she goes, "You would eat that?" I was like, "Oh yeah, I actually heard they're really good."
Yeah, I've heard the same. I haven't got to eat one yet either though.
And bobcat, I heard, is really good too.
Yeah, that's what I've heard as well. I've tried to shoot one before. I have not killed a bobcat yet.
Yeah.
I had the opportunity one time, but the landowner didn't want me to kill him, so
Gotta respect the landowner.
that's right.
Okay. We really went off. No, not we. I really went off. Let's get back
Okay.
to some normal talk that maybe some of your followers on your awesome Instagram. So you have an awesome Instagram page, maneatswild, where a lot of your pictures is some of the food, some of your wild game that you live off of.
Yeah, it's just that it's either me and my kids or friends or whatever out hunting or fishing,
Yeah.
or the stuff I'm cooking up from
It's
it.
awesome. I love it. I love your page.
Oh, thanks, man.
Yeah. And you're almost at 10,000. How did it get so big? How long have you had the page?
It's been a while. I want to say it's like 4 or 5 years now or something.
Okay. And it just started off with, it must have started off with, obviously just a couple.
Yeah, I think if you go back and look at my very first picture, it was of a buck I shot, and it was a terrible picture.
Did you have, first of all, I think I told you this a long time ago, and I mentioned it on one of my a couple episodes of the podcast, how much I love that name.
Oh, yeah?
Man Eats Wild is one of the greatest names. Like, it's even better than Steven Ranella's Meat Eater.
Oh, yeah, you like it better, huh?
I like it a lot better.
You want to know how I came up with it?
I do, yeah.
We were just watching Man vs. Wild on television.
Man
Bear Grylls.
Oh, the fake.
Yeah,
The fake
guy.
The fake dude. Man,
Yeah.
Who didn't watch and like that show and get suckered in?
Right.
I did. I'm guilty of it.
Yeah. Yeah, it was disappointing when
Yeah.
you found out. But I was just like, oh, yeah, I'm Man Eats Wild. And I just kind of stuck.
And then, so you went from that and said, "Hey, I came up with this name. I'm gonna make an Instagram."
Well, I did try to do some YouTube videos first. And I
you
used
tried
it
those
on
first?
there. Yeah.
And then went to Instagram.
Yeah. Yeah, I used to make fun of my wife for being on Instagram.
She was on it before you.
Oh, yeah.
Was she a Instagram poster, or was she
A
just
little bit.
Or were you making fun of her just because she liked to go on there and look at
Just
stuff?
because she went on there. Yeah.
That was a long time ago.
Oh, yeah.
Before Instagram was probably
It was
poppin'.
before everybody had an account. And talked about
Instagram's awesome. It's as far as social media goes, I think it's my favorite medium.
Yeah, mine too. Because you don't get sucked into the stupid debates on there as much.
Oh man, Facebook is the worst. I took
It
it off
is
my
the worst.
phone. Yeah, I'm not gonna go down that. I'm not going down that. So you used to make fun of her for having the Instagram, and then you beyond that. So now you're up to over 8,000 followers on Instagram. But you started with just a few after YouTube. How did it get so big to where it is now? Because to me, that's big. Like if I had 8,000 followers on something, that would feel pretty accomplished to me.
Yeah.
It's gotta feel cool. Does that
it
feel
feels
pretty
a little
cool?
But like to me, like still when I look at it, I'm like, why in the world would 8,000 people want to follow me?
Because you got awesome pictures.
Well, thanks, but
It's Instagram. I mean, that's what it's all about. Is great pictures.
When I look at my pictures, I'm way more critical.
Of course you are.
And
yeah.
I'm like, yeah, these aren't even that great.
Yeah.
But just I did some giveaways, but just liking other people, and there's a group of like 3 or 4 other wild game guys that I've kind of followed, and we work back and forth and tag each other and stuff. And
Who are they?
one is the biggest one. He's from Field to Plate. And he's really blown up.
I've heard of that one.
Yeah, I think he actually, I could be wrong about this, but I think he actually is like sponsored by Mossy Oak now.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. Yeah. And he does, he's constantly.
How many followers does he have?
I don't know exactly. I'm thinking around 40,000 or something like that, 20,000.
Who are some of the other guys?
There's a guy here in Missouri, Wild Game Cook, which I've
heard of that one too. Wow.
I haven't ever met him or anything, but he posts really good stuff. And, it's grown a lot more since there's a lot of people now. But,
yeah.
Those were a couple of the guys. Home Cooking Hunter, I think, is one of them.
Okay. But
I'm sure I'm leaving somebody out of this group of dudes that, inspired me to keep posting stuff.
Now, do they know that they inspired you? Like,
yeah.
You stay in contact with them? Like, you guys is there like a little group that you guys kind of...
we'll tag each other in photos.
Like, do you guys, like, talk to each other and be like, hey, is it maybe network, if that's the right word?
Yeah, not so much that. We just kind of follow each other's stuff and...
Like each other's stuff and spread it around?
Yeah, kind of help spread it around.
How did that start? Just because you guys all started kind of around the same time?
Yeah, and you just, I don't know, somehow or
fall
another,
into
you end
each
up
other,
finding the guys that are doing the same thing you are.
Right. Yeah.
Uh,
I guess I got a couple people like that in the podcast world. There's a couple smaller podcasts that follow me and kind of share my stuff, and I share theirs or like their stuff or whatever. But
yeah. Yeah, there's a Kindred Life Chesapeake is another dude that puts out a ton of a great wild game stuff. I think he might even have, I think is part of a television or internet show or something, which I haven't even looked at. I have to be honest, but yeah, he's more big time than I am.
You okay, and you started off with your YouTube, and then now you're big. Why don't I'm getting ahead of myself. So you have a good Instagram now. I like your YouTube videos, but you have like 3.
Yeah, not very many.
Why didn't you stick? Like, was there a thing where you said, "Hey, I'm not gonna do YouTube, the Instagram thing. I really like taking pictures." Like, why did the Instagram thing become bigger than the YouTube? Did you want to? Was that a conscious effort? Like, I'm gonna focus more on this side of things.
No, when I started the YouTube, I was gonna do it all the time, but I just wasn't happy with the quality of the video I was putting out.
How come? I really liked it.
Really?
I liked your videos. I really do. I think you should. Yeah, people will probably get sick of me on this podcast of telling people they should do certain things like this, But you're one of those dudes that could. I don't know why you're not doing.
Yeah.
If you're making wild game for a large majority of your meals, I don't know why you just wouldn't have a camera.
We're just recording it all.
And just record it anyways, and then maybe edit it down a little bit or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
Because the videos that you've done were awesome and really good, and those were your first videos.
Yeah.
Like, these are my first podcasts,
Right.
and I'm on. I don't know what number this is. Let's call it 14. And that's nothing. That's such baby steps.
Right.
But I've already noticed a pretty big difference from where I've come from, like the first couple.
Yeah.
To where
absolutely.
I've come now. And your first couple of YouTube videos were really good.
Well, my first one looks terrible because I had the wrong kind of camera and just never could get the right quality of video out of it.
Yeah.
But I'm just my own worst critic, you know. When I look at it,
That's
I hate
good.
it.
Yeah. Okay, I get that.
And so they were too long. I didn't like how long I was making them. I needed some editing skills, I think.
Okay, I can see that.
And
but you start out somewhere, and that's. I mean, you have to start out somewhere.
I should still just keep doing it. And then we were doing the house remodeling.
I can see how that would get
a couple of years.
Okay.
And my kitchen was I just now got my kitchen together, looking nice.
Oh, okay. Well, that
And-
makes a lot of sense. That's a valid excuse.
So maybe I should start back at it again.
Was that a valid excuse in your mind, or was there more of just not doing it?
It was, part being really busy, but part maybe not wanting to show my kitchen in the shape it was in.
Okay.
When it wasn't done, and
Okay.
just not. I don't know. I'm always hesitant to share stuff about myself. If you see even on my Instagram page, most of the pictures are not of me, but they're of my food or the critters we got. Or whatever.
You're not the showcase. It's the stuff that you do is the showcase.
Yeah.
I don't think there's anything wrong with that. I think that's a smart approach to do things. And when you blow up huge, you can still go out to eat to the buffet at the casino, and people aren't going to be yelling at you trying to get your autograph because they don't see you.
Right. You can get the frog legs without being interrupted.
Exactly.
Exactly.
That's the way to do it. Being famous without being famous.
Yeah.
Your food's famous, just not your face.
So no, I probably should. It's one of those things that it does gnaw at me a little bit. Like, you should be doing more of this.
Yeah.
But
I mean, if you don't want to do it, you don't want to do it. I just from a selfish reason. Not even. It's more than I mean, there's a selfish reason of wanting to do it too, because I enjoy the ones that I've seen, and then I like seeing people. I like seeing people win.
yeah, no, I agree with you there. I would be telling somebody else the exact same thing.
Yeah, and so you've already proven that you can build a cool audience and have cool content on your Instagram page. And then, I mean, again, this is just selfish reasons. I just would like to see it on YouTube, to see your stuff, to see you cook, because I know you and I like you. You brought over those, we can get into it now. You brought over some awesome food tonight.
Yeah, well, I'm glad you liked it.
We probably should have streamed that, or
we could have put it on Instagram. I could have put it on my Instagram story or something. I didn't even think about it.
Yeah, I effed up.
Yeah.
I should have recorded it and then just put that somewhere.
Yeah.
But you brought over these awesome wild turkey that your daughter shot with a crossbow.
Yeah.
What did I say? Crossbow?
Crossbow.
Did I say crossbow?
Brofessor.
I love it. Listen, if there's no such thing as a crossbow, there needs to be a crossbow now. A crossbow that's called the crossbow.
We don't want to confuse that with a cross, like a cross-dressing dude or anything. No.
Yeah, a crossbow. Yeah, I guess so. Holy cow, where was I going?
Wild turkey.
Yeah, your daughter shot a wild turkey with a crossbow. Get out of here, Dale from Walking Dead. This chick just did it legit, for real. And we just got to eat it
We
tonight.
got to eat it.
It was awesome.
That is one of the cool things about eating wild game is when you're eating it, you get the memories and the adventure that comes with it all.
People don't understand
They
that.
don't.
They don't.
They're like, you just like to eat it because you shot it. But it's, yeah, I do, but it's because of all the adventure and excitement and heartache and everything that went into getting it.
Heartache's a good word.
There's a lot of heartache in hunting.
It's probably 85% heartache, 15%. Well, what's the opposite of heartache? I mean, I can't say joy because it's all joy. You can have joy and heartache at the same time. It's like the laughing and smiling clown.
Yeah.
Whatever that.
Right. Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Wow. Where were we before that? Where was I going on? Oh my goodness.
Well, we ate those
The
skewers
for
tonight.
sure.
Yeah. And
yeah, the memories. Yeah, people don't understand about the memories. I kind of got into that, trying to discuss that before. Like the last deer I shot with a bow, it wasn't anything spectacular. It was nothing to write home. It was a doe.
right.
It was a big doe, but it was a really cool public land, 1.5 miles back in the middle of nowhere, doing the whole hard work. And when
Right.
you're sitting on your own kitchen table and you have the day off from work because it's a holiday or something, and you wake up early and you fire up the grill at like 8
Yeah.
o'clock in the morning, and you take out the tenderloins from the deer that you shot,
Yeah.
and you grill it up with some eggs and some toast or whatever. And the first bite and every bite after that is just the memories, the smells, the feelings, the visions of the hunt you were on when you harvested this animal. And it sounds so corny. It sounds so hippy-dippy
Right.
and ridiculous. And you're just making this stuff up to excuse the fact that you're murdering animals.
Yeah.
But it's not. It's like, it's really something that if everybody could really have that experience one time in their life, I think it could really affect them for the entirety of their life thereafter.
Oh, I agree totally. I think if people were more connected to their food, that we wouldn't have half of the social problems we have because
Oh, really?
yeah, I just think, like for one we have time and ability to worry about stuff that's just irrelevant and dumb. And
You make a really good... Yeah. You know what? I've brought that point up before, and I just didn't say it like that. Yeah.
well, I mean, it's like we have it so easy. You know,
Yeah.
we have it too easy. And if you especially these people that complain about people eating wild animals or whatever, if they were connected even to their supermarket steak and understood that process, they wouldn't be near so worried about someone shooting a deer out in the countryside.
I think thankfully that we are fortunate enough to live in the Midwest. We don't have to put up with that as much as maybe if we were in a more coastal area, perhaps, you know?
Yeah, big city.
Yeah. And we are in a pretty big city, but Kansas City is not like most big cities. You know, we're
No.
pretty... It's got a lot of liberal factions for sure, which I'm not saying is a bad thing or a good thing. But it's also still has that Midwest kind of values where they're like, hey, hunting and killing and eating meat is pretty good for the most part, but it is starting to slowly change in the city.
Yeah, my son deals with it a lot at school, that there's hardly anybody that he goes to school with that hunts or even accepts the idea of killing your own, meat.
Yeah.
But they all sit down and eat their chicken nuggets.
But they're still eating meat though, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Good. Well, I just so being the single dude
Right.
that I am,
Yeah.
I'm out there.
Yeah.
I'm out there,
Right.
Don't hate.
No.
I'm not telling you. I know you're not hating. You would never hate on a player like me. For those of you out there, don't hate a dude out there who's out there in the real world. There are in this in this city, and I was gonna say maybe an age type thing, but I can't. I'm not gonna put an age on it. But I have been finding more and more vegans out there.
Yeah.
And vegetarians.
Yeah.
A lot of them. The good thing that the ones that I've been finding, and these are females, obviously. I don't know anything about a lot of the single dudes out there, but I go downtown and get coffee and
Right.
stuff like that. I see a lot of dudes out there with man buns,
Yeah.
wearing flannel, not appropriately,
Right.
not like we would wear it.
Exactly. No lumberjacks is what you're saying.
Yeah. No, yeah. And I do see this trend in this city of a more plant-based diet.
Yeah.
But I don't see them. I've seen a lot of it recently. It's kind of just been shocking me how many vegetarians and vegans I've been running to, but they seem to be kind of cool with, hey, I respect that you hunt. It's just not for me. But they're not like proselytizing it and
not
stuff.
militant about it.
Yeah, they're cool about it.
Yeah, I'm cool with that.
Yeah.
If you want to be vegetarian, have at it.
I'm fine with it. That's fine with me.
It's America, dude.
Eat all the carrots and broccoli you want.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't care.
Right.
But don't be harassing me if I want to kill an animal in a very humane way instead of letting it get eaten alive by a coyote.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I was listening to this one podcast, and this dude was talking about how he switched to a vegetarian, almost, not completely vegan, but close vegan diet.
Uh-huh.
And he was talking about how he had to stop it because he got so emotional.
Emotional?
It messed with his hormones.
Was he eating a lot of soy?
I don't know. But
soy has a lot of hormones in it.
Yeah. I've
Estrogen.
noticed
Estrogen.
that the craziest people I get attacked by on the internet is by vegans.
Do you get attacked? I never
yeah.
thought about that.
Yeah.
You do?
Oh, yeah.
No.
Oh, yeah.
Why
I
are they
don't-
seeing your stuff? Why do they see your stuff?
I don't even know, but I know.
Do they follow you?
No, not normally. Somehow or another, they run in stuff, and then I'll get, it seems to come in waves, too, where I'll get
I love
comments.
This. I love this. I didn't even think about that or know this.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. They'll be like, how, I think even the picture I had of my daughter with the turkey, or maybe, I don't remember which one, but, they're like, oh, you're a killer teaching your daughter to kill. Shame on you. You should be killed and all this, just crazy.
That's what I don't understand is the people that are like, they're more on the animal side than they are on the human side.
Yeah, it doesn't make sense. But when I heard that guy talk about that, I wondered if maybe that's why these vegans are so militant. Like maybe they get a little too emotional from their diet or something.
Huh.
I'm like, maybe if you went and ate a cheeseburger, you'd chill out a little bit.
You think it's from because the soybeans it's estrogen, right?
Yeah, it has lots of estrogen in it.
And if that's, where you're getting a lot of your nutrition is soy, like tofu is soy, soybeans, or the, what's that thing they like? What's those snap? Edamame.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, they like their edamame. Huh.
I've chowed down
That's
on
not
some
a
edamame.
That's not a bad theory.
Yeah, I don't, it's just a theory. There's something rattling around in my head, but
I like it.
It's normally not vegetarians that attack. It's the straight up vegans.
Because vegetarians eat eggs and fish.
Yeah, they probably eat some other stuff.
So they know. They know. Oh, I don't like this guy. This man eats wild, son of a bitch. He's killing mammals, but I can't say anything because I'm still killing birds and fish.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, I'm just going to let the vegans handle this battle for me.
Exactly.
And the vegans come at you.
Oh, yeah. Just insanity.
Really?
Yeah, I haven't had any in a while, but yeah,
Okay,
there was one from Brazil or something.
Oh, that makes sense. A lot of people from outside of the country, because they have a completely different culture than we do when it comes to hunting.
Oh yeah.
People don't have the freedom that we have.
Yeah,
They don't
exactly.
have the public land that we have. They don't have the culture that we have. They just don't. Yeah, they're not lucky enough to have what us in North America have.
Oh yeah, we're super blessed here.
We really are, and I think that is a big deal with almost. Are there any? I mean, there's not a whole lot of countries that have it as good as we do.
No, I don't think so.
Yeah.
I know. I was listening to a podcast of these UK hunters for a while.
That's all private land, right?
Yeah, it's all private, and you pretty much have to pay for every hunt you go on.
Yeah. And you have to follow a lot of silly rules, I think.
Yeah. Yeah, and they're pushing hard to get rid of those hunters there too.
So a Brazilian coming at you, no big deal. Who cares?
Yeah, I don't know, some gal, and then I think a couple of her followers piled on or something.
Oh, so was she like a big, kind of a bigger?
Yeah, she had a following. I don't remember what over, but
How do you remember, like, kind of how big this chick was?
no, I don't really. Probably more followers than I do.
That's kind of cool. Is it cool having like this battle with like a bigger person from a whole? It's like a world. It's like the game Risk.
Yeah, I don't know. I normally
Here you
don't
are
let
in Kansas City, in the middle of America, having an all-out battle with some chick and her followers from Brazil.
Yeah,
That's really cool.
if I remember right. Yeah, I think she was from Brazil.
Those dynamics are pretty interesting
It
when you
is.
think about
Yeah,
it. Like,
it is really
think about the world we live in.
right.
We're a white dude from middle America.
White fat dude from Kansas City.
You're not fat. You're in shape. A white dude from Kansas City is having a Risk-type global battle with somebody with a fat ass from Brazil. I assume she had a fat ass. She's from Brazil. Did you see her? How'd her pics look in the Instagram? Like,
I think she was one of those that would post nearly naked all the time and then talk about not eating meat.
what was her name? Do you remember?
No, I don't.
How do you not know? How do
It
you have
was
an awesome, epic? I mean, I'm now I'm projecting, saying it was
Right.
epic. How do you not remember this chick's name? Like, you have this, because you get hated on by so many of them.
No, it's not. It's not that often. It's
How
just
hardcore was it? Were you getting like death threats, or was it just like, "Hey, f you"?
It was more like, "Hey, f you."
Really?
Yeah, but it was.
In your direct DMs? Or
I think it was comments on the.
okay on the picture with your daughter or something like that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. They sometimes they won't even respond. I tell you what though, I did convert one time a little bit.
Ooh.
Yeah, it was a German gal too. It was weird. It was I don't know why they're all foreign, I guess, but she commented something, and but she didn't speak English very good, because when I would try to reply, she would say that she couldn't hardly understand without translating it.
Oh, okay.
But I saw she had a bunch of cats, so I asked her what she fed her cats.
Oh, yeah, this is a thing about a conundrum that vegans have
Exactly.
about what to feed their cats,
Yeah.
because they have to feed their cats animal protein. Yeah.
Yeah, so
Oh, that's awesome.
I asked her, what she fed her cats, and she said, well, her cats were designed to eat meat, whatever.
Oh, they were?
Yeah. I said, well, that's cool. I said, why don't you go ask a hunter to give you some fresh meat for your cat?
Oh.
Because there's hunters in Germany, right?
Are there?
Yeah. Yeah, they
Okay.
do. They do.
I mean, I imagine there are, but
they do
I
some
just-
hunting there.
Is it all private too? Like, is
I-
all
I
of Europe kind of?
I think mostly, yeah. But
But still, what a phenomenal idea.
yeah, I said, then maybe you'll get a little bit different perspective on who a hunter is, and since you don't feel bad about feeding meat to your cats, and go talk to a hunter there and ask for some scraps for your cats or something. I don't know if she ever did, but she definitely chilled out, and she still follows me, I think, today, and sometimes will like my photos.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, even if there's a dead animal in there.
So you remember this? You remember her Instagram name and everything?
Yeah.
You guys, okay. Did you don't know if she ever went and got anything?
I don't know, because
How would you do that? Just put a ad on German Craigslist looking for
I
meat from a
think
hunter?
if you just talk to enough people in your circle, eventually you'll know somebody that knows a hunter.
In Germany?
Yeah. They can't bow hunt there in Germany, though. They can only rifle hunt.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
What are they hunting? Stag?
I know there's a lot of wild boar. And I think there's stag, yeah. And birds,
Huh.
There's a I don't know if it's in Germany or not, but in Northern Europe there's a giant grouse over there.
Oh.
It's black. And it's like almost as big as a turkey.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, it's super cool. Want to kill one of those one day, eat it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What is the what is kind of the all right, first of all, what would be the strangest animal you want to eat that people would consider strange? Do you have like a strange one that you can think of that you're like, I would really like to try this?
No, there's some that there's definitely stuff I want to go hunt, that's in wild places, crazy places, but I don't guess there's one that I guess, those, and I don't even know if you can hunt them, but you know what a taipei is? I think that's how you say it.
Oh, is
It's
that
that South American thing that looks kind of like a pig and anteater cross.
Oh, yeah. A tapir?
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Yeah.
They just look like they'd be interesting to eat.
They do look interesting.
And
to eat.
when we were in Cozumel, there was or Cancun, there was some critters down there that looked like you could probably cook
In
'em up.
Cancun?
Yeah, they were like, man, I forget what they were called, but they're like big gerbil things,
Guinea pigs?
No.
Chewies? Cuies? Is that what they call them?
No.
In Argentina? Cui?
They're you know what a capybara is?
Capybara? Yeah.
Yeah, those real
the things that piranhas eat when they fall into the. Yes, everything eats those. Those are like nature's food.
Yeah, they're like that but smaller. They're not huge like those are.
Yeah, capybara is like
It's like a giant gerbil-y looking thing.
yeah, nutria, like a bigger nutria.
Yeah, like a giant nutria.
Yeah.
These things were kind of like that, but they hopped around kind of like rabbits almost around.
Yeah.
They were weird. But yeah, I was like, man, I bet I could make some barbecue out of that thing or something.
That's the weirdest thing you would want to try and eat. There's nothing you've actually thought like, ooh, I really want to do this and do this recipe with it.
No, but I mean, whatever it is, I would eat it.
Yeah.
Oh.
I really want to do penguin.
Oh, are you serious?
Big time.
Never even thought about that.
Yeah, man.
I bet there's not anywhere where you can hunt one, is there?
I mean, legally or?
Yeah, legally.
No.
No.
I believe no is the answer to that. I do know. So I went on this kick a long time ago where I was like, ooh, because I just had started cooking turkey dinner for the family.
Right.
For a whole bunch of people because I'm pretty good. I can make a mean bird.
Right.
Like to toot my own horn, I can make a mean turkey. And so when you do that for a big group one time, all of a sudden they're like, oh, hey, would you mind doing this every time for us?
Right.
Yeah, you know.
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah, I would love to because thankfully I like doing it, so I
Right.
do it. And so doing it a while, I was like, I really like doing this. I love stuffing it, and I love roasting it. And it's good with turkey. This is good with duck. The same kind of recipe is good with duck. It's good with Cornish game hens.
Yeah.
Everything. I was like, ooh, you know what kind of bird is good? What I'd like to try this with would be a penguin.
Yeah, that's crazy.
I think it would be cool to cook a penguin just like you do a Thanksgiving turkey.
Really.
And so that's been my dream for a long time. And that started a long time ago. And when I first started thinking about it, I started doing a bunch of research on it. I was like, ooh, maybe I could go to the zoo.
Yeah. Can you
Like-
buy penguin meat anywhere?
No, I don't think you can.
Oh.
I didn't look.
I know there's there was a company that was selling lion meat from like dead lions from the zoo.
Is that legit?
Yeah, it was legit.
How do you know?
Well,
Like, was it like certified?
I don't know.
There has to be some kind of like if you buy an autographed jersey from
Right.
somebody, it has to have like a certification of authenticity.
Yeah.
I would want personally, if I'm spending that kind of money for lion meat, I'd want some kind of certification of authenticity. Wouldn't you?
Yeah, no, that makes sense. I know it was like $200 a pound or something ridiculous. But, after the Cecil the Lion deal, I thought about ordering some just so I could make some lion burgers and post it on the internet. But I wasn't willing to invest that much into it.
That's a lot of money.
Yeah.
It's a lot of money.
But no, if you ever do cook a penguin, let me know.
Well, yeah. So I was doing a bunch of this research, and I was thinking, I was like, at this time, my parents were living in North Dakota at the time, and I went up there to the zoo.
Yeah.
And this was in the middle of nowhere. Well, first of all, North Dakota is in the middle of nowhere.
Right.
It's the middle of nowhere in the middle of nowhere. It's a funky state. They have a great joke there. North Dakota is how does it go? When your dog runs away, you watch it run away for 3 days.
Oh, are you serious?
Because it's so flat.
Yeah.
You just see it go. Yeah. So anyway, so we were in the middle of nowhere, and we went to a zoo, and they had a small, tiny, pathetic penguin exhibit. And I was like, dude.
Right.
If you really wanted to do, like, if you really wanted to go, like you watching the movies, could I say like anymore? If you watch the movies where they're doing a bank heist or something,
Yeah.
you could really map it down. If you took it super serious, you could get yourself a penguin out of this zoo. And so you fantasize and think about that.
Yeah, that's crazy, dude.
Well, I thought about doing a penguin. I mean, obviously I didn't go through with it, but I've always wanted to do. So yeah, and so I started doing research, and there are people that do hunts, kind of like illegally. Who this guy says is obsessed and absolutely loves penguin, and will shoot it, go up to it, and eat it raw.
Crazy.
You know who does that?
No.
I'll give you a hint. He loves his bow, and he's a crazy man.
Oh, are you talking about Ted Nugent?
Ted Nugent loves raw penguin. He loves shooting penguin with his bow, running up to it as soon as he shoots it, and eating it sashimi style.
Are you serious?
Yeah, that's what I read.
Really?
This was a decade ago.
Yeah.
When I read this on like page 5 of a Google search.
Yeah.
But it was like this. There was like this. Okay, so there was this underground dinner party group community.
Okay.
Underground
Yeah.
dinners where they would get like endangered animals somehow.
Really?
However you can get them, and they would do all these different meals. One of the meals was you've probably heard of this because you're in that eating culture. There's some kind of I think it's like a swallow or something like that where you eat it whole, but you have to be blindfolded.
No.
When you eat it,
never
because
heard of this.
Really?
No, I've heard they make some soup out of like swallow nest or something.
Oh yeah, there is. Yeah, those mud swallows. Yeah, okay, well, this is a completely different kind of bird. It's so rare and so delicate, and it's something like you have to be covered. Your head has to be covered when you eat it. You eat it whole, the whole bird,
That's freaky.
because it's so small.
Yeah.
But you eat the whole, and you're supposed to be covered so God can't see your face when you're eating this thing, or can't see you. You're supposed to be covering yourself from God while you're eating this endangered special bird whole.
Yeah, no, that's crazy.
Yeah, so there's like this group, this secret society that's eating all these endangered. They have these endangered dinners where they're super expensive. And I guess there was this really famous chef that was doing this. He was doing it in Arizona.
Really?
Uh-huh. And he had like this interview or something from like a secret blog. And he said Ted Nugent's one of his favorite things to do, I think it was Antarctica.
Right.
And he would go down there and he would shoot them with his bow. And he liked them raw. He liked them cooked, but he loved getting it fresh raw.
Really? That's crazy.
That's what I read. That's the internet a long time ago.
Right.
I don't know. It's a legend. Don't sue me, Uncle Ted.
Yeah. Well, there's if I remember this right, there's as many like warm weather penguins as there are
Oh, yeah. Cold weather
Cold
ones.
ones.
Yeah, there's different ones.
we
yeah.
just think about it as
We just think as the ice ones.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's like the Galapagos Islands.
Yeah, I know they have a lot. I think in South Africa there's a bunch
Yep.
too or something.
Yeah, they're kind of
Yeah.
cool looking. They have like those funky feathers.
Yeah, those. Yeah.
With like little yellow tips or something.
Yeah.
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 Yeah, have you picked out the type you want to eat?
Yes. The ones that the stereotypical ones
Oh,
that slide on their belly.
Yeah, just the plain
The
black
cute-
and white ones.
Yeah, the cute tuxedo ones.
Right on.
Right?
Yeah.
What else would you do? Those aren't the emperor ones, right?
I don't think so.
I think that's too big.
Yeah.
I think emperor is probably too big. That's probably too fishy and greasy, I think.
Oh, yeah, they would be really fishy.
Yeah, I was thinking about this. Like, are you a duck hunter?
Yeah, just a little bit, just kind
And
of.
there's a difference between diver ducks.
Yeah, that's exactly what I thought of. Yeah.
That's what I think about too.
Yeah.
So that's my only hesitation about roasting it like a turkey.
Yeah.
Is I don't want it to have that oily, fishy thing.
Fishy.
But
deal.
I think it would be worth. I think it'd be worth the effort going to the zoo and ganking one.
Yeah, I'm just so everybody knows I'm not a part of that.
Wink, wink.
Right.
I like your truck.
Oh yeah.
That's a whole nother road I can go down with you.
What's that?
Is you seem to be doing it right.
Why is that?
Man, I love to hunt and you love to hunt and you're doing these trips. You've got kids, you got a family,
Yeah.
mortgage. I mean, you're not a millionaire.
No.
I know these things they're not cheap to do some of these things. And I see you doing these awesome trips. Like last year you went and did a bear hunt in Colorado.
Yeah, we went elk and bear hunting.
Elk and bear hunting. And this year are you doing something?
No, you know what? This next week would be the muzzleloader elk season.
Okay.
But we didn't draw a tag because of the way Colorado changed their tag system. That we didn't. Way more people applied this year, so
Okay.
we didn't get one.
Okay.
So I'm gonna go duck hunting instead this week.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, here in town,
Oh, nice.
or in Missouri.
Yeah. But that's my thing is like you got to go and like I see you going on these trips and doing these hunting things and just like it seems like that's where you're spending like that's what you love and that's what you're passionate about and so you make that a priority and the way you set your life up to do that thing, do those kinds of things is really it's like a way that I'm trying to look at it and as like an example so that I can do stuff like that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Well, that's cool.
Yeah.
It's just, I just work all the time. So like even if I don't have any downtime,
Yeah.
so there's no sitting around watching Netflix.
Yeah.
So when I'm with the wife and kids, we're doing something they want to do, or I'm getting stuff done she wants done, and I work hard at that so that
Right.
when the time comes that I'm gonna go play,
Yeah.
then I go play really hard and got to jump right back into work again.
So that's what it is. It is that stupidest cliche out there: work hard, play hard.
Yeah, I mean,
But your play hard. So like it's usually a douchebag that says that. I work hard, play hard.
Yeah.
That means I'm going out drinking tonight and partying.
Yeah, no, I don't drink.
But
I don't
you're not like
party.
that. But your play hard is doing real shit that you want to do. Like we're going hunting. We're going to go backwoods hunting and looking for a bear
Yeah,
type stuff. That's play hard.
right. Yeah, I mean, it means that you don't ever sleep in. You don't ever just go chill out, at
Yeah.
the lake for the weekend or whatever. I'm either we do go on the family vacations.
Yeah.
What where the kids and wife want to go.
Okay.
But then I still try to squeeze in the time for what I want to do.
Right.
But I work hard at it. So
Yeah. Yeah, it's really something I've looked at. And I see I see you making certain sacrifices, right?
yeah,
To be
I
able
don't
to be-
buy a brand
like,
new truck. And
Yeah.
I don't live
And
in a
that's the-
big house.
That's the way to go.
Yeah,
I've seen a couple other people do that, and you see these people that fall, you see people fall into that trap where they feel like I need to have the big house and keep up with the neighbors, and I need this, that, and the other. But when you look at the things that are really important and what you really want to do with your life, that stuff doesn't mean anything, and you can really easily just be like, screw that. This is what I want to do. I don't have to have the brand new $50,000 truck. I can have the $20,000 one or whatever and go to Colorado
yeah,
and do this
exactly.
and that. I think a lot of people, I don't know, I'm not going to say what people do, but for me, sometimes I look at like, I'd like to have nicer things. But now I'm looking at like, that's not the way to look at it. When I
Right.
see like you and I see a couple other people doing the same thing, like just making these small sacrifices so they can do what's really important. Like
Yeah.
the really important stuff, your passions and type stuff. That's
Well, we drove to Canada last year. Went the backpacking in the Boundary Waters, or in Quetico, which is like the Boundary Waters on the Canadian side.
yeah. Quetico?
Yeah, Quetico. And we drove my 1995 Isuzu Trooper.
I love that thing. Do you have another Trooper too?
Well, I sold one and bought one that was in better shape. But the deal is, like, once you leave the trailhead,
Yeah.
it didn't matter what kind of vehicle you had.
It
you know?
doesn't.
It's like you still have the same adventure,
Yeah.
and I'm not worrying about the payment.
As long as it gets you there.
Yeah. So it was reliable, had no problems at all. So
Yeah.
good to go.
Isuzu Trooper, that's the is that the way to go? Is that because I've noticed you've had a couple, right?
I just liked it. It's got lots of room. I can
Yeah.
stack the dead deer in there if I need to.
Right.
Sleep in it if you need to.
Yeah.
Camp out in
You
it.
can sleep in it pretty good.
Oh yeah, it's got plenty of room. You can
I've-
lay the seats down.
I've been I want to trade my truck for a van,
Yeah.
for a minivan.
Right.
There was this book I read a couple of years ago by Chris Eberhardt.
Yeah. Haven't heard of it.
Do you know who John Eberhardt is? He's like a badass bow hunter from Michigan. He's written some books. He's a stud.
Yeah. No, I don't guess so.
Okay, so Chris is his son, and there's like this Eberhardt hunting way.
Yeah.
That's like been proven successful. They hunt out of slings or harnesses or
Yeah.
whatever. They don't do
No stands.
no stands.
Yeah.
Anyways, this one dude Chris wrote a book of a while ago. Whitetail Access or Access Whitetail. It's called one of the two. And what he did is he took like 2 or 3 months and hunted five different states. And he was talking about he just got a van, whatever it was, like a Dodge Caravan or
Right.
whatever it was, some kind of minivan, and took the back seats out, put like a small little bed area,
Yeah.
and then shelves, just everything he would need for like 3 months,
Right.
and then just was like living out of that and going to 5 different states to hunt whitetails out of.
Yeah. That sounds like a party.
It was a really good book.
Yeah.
It's super easy to read. It would take you, I don't know, 3 days to read.
Right.
If you just sat down and plowed through it, and it was really good. He went to like Michigan. He did Missouri, Wisconsin, I think North Dakota, Minnesota, Iowa. It doesn't matter, but like a Midwestern.
Yeah.
It was a really good book. It was fun to read, and it got me to thinking. I want to trade my truck for a van.
Right.
So that's what I'm trying to do. I almost had it done a few weeks ago, but then, you know how Craigslist is.
Right.
It didn't happen.
Yeah. I'm sure there's somebody that wants a truck, needs a truck,
Yeah, it's a good truck.
that would trade for a van.
Yeah. So that's what I'm in the market for trading my truck for a van. So if anybody's in the Kansas City region or doesn't mind coming to me, let's trade.
Exactly.
So yeah, so you do the Isuzu Trooper route.
Yeah.
It works.
Yeah, I like it.
Yeah.
My wife hates it.
Oh, she does.
Yeah, she hates it.
How come?
She wants me driving something nicer, newer.
What does she drive?
She's got a Sequoia.
Why does she care if you're driving?
It's just one of those things.
Yeah.
But I like it. You know what? As long as I get where I'm going and I got AC, I'm happy, man.
I don't even need AC.
Yeah.
I don't need AC. Well, no. I need it for my main vehicle, but for like my hood vehicle,
yeah.
my truck's AC broke,
Yeah.
and I don't care.
Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah, I don't need it.
Yeah.
Live without it. Windows down.
Yeah.
It's a hunting truck.
Yeah, if that's all you're using it for,
Yeah.
I could live without it.
Four-wheel drive. I'm going to switch gears here for a minute. One of the kind of the cool things about the podcast that's kind of organically happened is I get people that are passionate about something, and they might be making sacrifices or whatever, but they're like going for it and doing something that they believe in. Like just all kinds of different people.
Right.
And I was just happened to look over here and saw these lures that you brought me, and then that's kind of, it brought me to thinking about this is like another passion, like this a company that you're kind of starting.
Yeah, we started
Atco.
Fishing Tackle. I guess a year and a half ago now.
Yeah, I remember when you first started the Instagram.
Yeah.
And I started it. I wish I had. Let me see. I'm gonna try and put some of these on camera, but Jason here brought me some of his products from his fishing lure company. Is that explain what the company is? I'm gonna show these on camera because this is phenomenal. I'm super excited to get these.
You know what? It's just we do line and lures. It's all stuff that I want to use myself. So I'm not gonna sell anything that I don't find useful, interesting, and durable. But the company itself I just have a ton of fishing experience, and I want to help everybody else.
How did you get why are these? So it's called Atco, ATKO.
Uh-huh.
Because your last name is Atkins.
Right.
But why did you come with Atco? Company?
I just needed a name.
It sounds cool, and I love the. I don't know if that's a piranha or.
It's just kind of a mix of a bunch of different kind of fish.
It's a dope looking logo.
Thanks.
But yeah, where did you get these lures? Like, how did you? How does this whole thing work? How do you start something like this? This is awesome.
Well,
and these are things you want to use. Sorry.
Yeah.
Again, I
no.
go all over the place.
We just, there's people that are good at making things. And I actually was going to start a lure company probably 10 or 11 years ago.
Oh, yeah?
Of custom, bass fishing baits that we made ourselves. But trying to do the production of making them.
Right.
And selling them and all that was just more than I could handle.
Yeah.
So,
how would you even do that?
Well, I got in learning about molding.
Start with a mold.
Yeah, and making prototypes. I still have my prototypes from before, but so this time around, I just found factories that are already good at making stuff, and show them what I want, and they do that part.
Oh, so you get to kind of say, "Hey, I want the." So let me see. You've got lipless series, small bill series.
Yeah, square bill.
Square. I've had a couple of drinks. Lipless series and square bill series.
Yeah,
you said, "Hey, I'm going to pick this out," and then you came up with your own color patterns.
Yeah. Yeah, those are ones. Some of them are ones that are really popular, that are the go-to.
Right.
And then some of them are ones that I'm like,
I like this.
I like this. I want it to look like this. So.
I like. The classic perch.
Yeah.
Is always a good one.
It's a good one. When we were in Canada, that's about the only one I used.
Yeah. It's got the red eyes. You got to have the red eye.
Yeah. Yeah, we nailed them in Canada on those.
How man, that'd be fun to have your own lure. You have your own lure.
Well, yeah. So here's the deal. Like I talked about when I was a kid, I wanted to be, all I cared about was fishing, right?
Yeah.
And if you would have asked me up until I was probably about 14 what I was going to do when I grew up, is I was going to be a pro fisherman, like a bass fisherman on the circuit.
I was a big time fisherman when I was a kid too. That's all I wanted to do.
Yeah. But, kind of life came along and people are like, that's not a real thing to do. You need to go to college. You need to get a job.
Yeah.
And I got married early,
Right.
know. And, when you're starting off on that bass fishing circuit, you got to sleep in your truck and, you're just barely getting by. And I was like, that's not something that I can do now, or at least that's what I thought. So I just gave up on those dreams,
At 20-ish or 19 or whatever.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And, my mom and I started a e-commerce business a couple years ago. And we were selling home good stuff. And I was like, you know what? I want to do fishing stuff. And I'm like, I'm good at fishing. I know everything about it, Like I was just nuts about it for so long in my life. And I'm like, you know what? Screw it. I'm going to be a professional fisherman again, just in a different way.
Sure.
Like I want my life to be about fishing and the outdoors. So
wow. Yeah.
I'm back at the dream again, going after it is what I want to do. So,
man, that's so. I love watching. I love watching people go after their dreams, no matter what they are. It's awesome. I wouldn't even thought about coming up with my own lures, or lures and other things. So and then you've got this line, this fishing string. It's braided.
yeah.
Where can people find this stuff?
You can find it on Amazon.
Oh,
If you
really?
Yeah, it's all on Amazon. If you search Atco or Atco Fishing.
Leviathan. Great name. Did you come up with the name?
Yeah, that's my name. I designed all the graphics on there.
You
too.
really?
Yeah.
Dude, that's awesome. And the fish lip, and this is yours too?
Yeah, that's kind of that was my mom's project. 'Cause she's
love
kind of
this.
half, partners on the deal.
Lip balm.
Yeah.
Lip balm, because you need it.
Right.
And men don't think about getting chapstick for their lips.
Right.
But this is fish slime lip balm.
Exactly.
You came up with this whole...
Yeah.
You're a pretty creative dude,
Well, thanks.
right?
Well, I don't know if you've seen, they got
Fish slime lip balms at cofishing.com.
They got chicken. I think it's called chicken poop lip balm. It was a kind of a thing for a while.
Chicken poop, huh?
Yeah, it was sitting around. Everybody bought it. It's like a gag gift kind of thing, And my mom bought some for my son. I was like, dude, we need fish slime lip balm. So we were like, let's do it. So we did it.
Really? That's awesome.
Yeah.
What a great idea.
Yeah, it took a long time to get it all pulled together.
And so for a year and a half, I remember, so like obviously I follow you on Instagram, and I remember when you first started this, you had the Atco Instagram
Yeah.
fishing thing started. How's it coming along? Is it?
Well, it's doing good. Like,
Is it?
it's growing.
Yeah, it takes a while.
Yeah.
A year and a half's that's a good amount of time to have getting your toes dipped in it.
Yeah. I'm still learning. In fact, at first it just started off as, hey, let's sell some fishing tackle.
Yeah.
But, more I'm like, this is what I need to be doing because this is what I love. It's what I'm good at, you know? And so I'm starting to get a better vision for the brand.
Okay.
And what I want to do with it.
Right.
And, I'm getting the line especially. A lot of people using it. Like I just found out this guy in Alaska is using it out on the charter boats for catching giant halibut.
Really?
And lingcod.
How did he find? Why did he start using it?
He just bought it off Amazon.
He just Googled braided line. That came up. He liked the artwork and bought it, or
I don't know exactly what made him switch. But he's a cool dude.
How did you get to talking to him with him? Like,
so
how do you know he has it?
Yeah, so he left a review on Amazon saying, and I used the little bit of information he left there to try to figure out who he was, and I tracked him down.
You stalked him.
Yeah, I did. I tracked him down on Facebook. I was a little bit nervous about it, but I wanted to ask if we could use his pictures,
Oh, wow.
and if it was okay. I don't want to, do anything without
yeah.
anybody's permission.
Oh, that's awesome.
So
I don't do that. I just take people's
Just
stuff.
take
and throw
it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You should see some of the pictures I have on my Instagram.
right.
Yeah.
So I got a hold of him, and he was super stoked and sent me a ton of pictures right off the bat.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, and so now we message each other back and forth, and in fact, I'm sending him a new sample of some new line I got coming in.
Oh, cool.
To do some testing for me.
Wow.
Yeah.
So it's starting to grow. That's
yeah,
awesome.
it's getting there. It's growing.
Did it start growing from your Instagram page?
Mostly off Amazon, but the Instagram is helping it because I'm connecting with more people.
Is Amazon, like, how do you know what's so in your mind when you're selling stuff? Is it because of the design? Like, what's making people choose your products over somebody else's?
Well,
do you know? Do you have any ideas?
Not entirely, no.
Yeah.
But the design, the packaging, all that stuff helps.
It's dope.
But
I love it.
Well, thanks.
Yeah.
But reviews, other people use it, leave their reviews. That helps. And I'm not putting anything out there that I'm not super stoked to use myself.
Yeah.
So I know when somebody uses it that they're going to be happy with it.
Right.
I mean, 99%. There's always somebody that's unhappy. But
well, yes.
right.
Yeah. It's America, baby.
Right. But so and there's shenanigans people do to get stuff, in front of more people on Amazon.
Like
and stuff.
what? What's shenanigans? Call these people out.
Like
Call them out.
fake reviews, and you can hire like people in Indonesia or something to leave fake reviews.
They do that for like viewers on YouTube and stuff like that.
Yeah,
Instagram,
I'm sure. Yeah, I could see that.
You can buy thousands of followers.
But we're not doing any of that.
I've done that.
Have you?
Yeah, I paid a lot of people. I paid 47 people to follow me on YouTube.
Well, I didn't get my check.
Yeah, it's in the mail.
Oh, okay. Well, that's not very comforting.
Yeah, that's funny.
So yeah, but no, we're not doing any of that. And if somebody has a problem, I want to know about it, so we can fix it.
Have you had any problems?
No, not very many, really.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, because I tested everything, myself pretty heavily. And I was just, testing some lures the other day that didn't hold up, and I had to call the factory and say, sorry.
What didn't hold up?
The plastic in it. It broke too easy. I was testing some really large swim baits,
Oh, yeah. Jointed?
Yeah, jointed deals.
For what?
Bass or whatever. Yeah.
Okay.
But like I was after I got done testing, if it passed my test, I got a guy down in Florida catching some huge jacks and stuff. I was going to send them to him and see if
how they hold up.
Yeah. So, torture it.
Nice.
So.
You gave me a ton of stuff here. This is awesome. My son is 5.
Yeah.
And he loves fishing. He's loving it. He just went down with his mom and his sister and their side of the family down to the Lake of the Ozarks this past weekend.
Yeah.
And they sent me pictures of him. He just chose all by himself to go down to the dock and put his little line in the water.
That's the way
by
I
himself,
was.
Man.
Yeah. I was just
that's how I was. Yeah, I've been fishing ever since I can remember too, and it's just awesome to get those pictures.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna keep a couple of these for him.
Cool.
And then since this is gonna go to the hardcore people, the people that are really listening, because you'd have to be listening now. How deep are we into this thing? How long do you think we've been going?
I don't know, probably 45 minutes, maybe longer.
Hour and 15.
Oh, okay.
If you've made it this far, you're hardcore. I'm going to give a couple of this stuff away to a listener, and all you have to do is follow Atco. Is it just Atco?
It's Atco underscore fishing.
Atco underscore fishing. Obviously got to follow me, Neanderthal Pod. and Man Eats Wild. If you follow all three of us, I'm going to put a couple of these in here, and I'm going to give it away to somebody. Hit me up on Instagram. DM me. Yeah, let's do a direct message me on Instagram, Neandertalk Pod, and I'm going to pick a lucky winner and send a couple of these things there.
Awesome.
To them. That'd be awesome.
Yeah.
I can't wait to use them myself. So in episode 2, I think it was, I had Ryan Bernard on.
Yeah.
And we talked about you.
Yeah, I heard that.
Oh, did you hear?
Yeah, I listened to that one.
Yeah, I think I said we're going to just borrow your tent and
Yeah.
then ask you later. This is the guy that lets us borrow his tent. The badass, beautiful, I don't know, Cabela's Alaknak is the name of the tent. It's awesome. So this is the guy, everybody. We've talked about you a couple times on the podcast.
I was just telling Ryan the other day, you guys can use it whenever you want.
And we're going to.
Good.
Yeah, so, we're going to use it in October, last weekend in October, on my birthday. We're actually
awesome.
on my birthday to go somewhere in Missouri to go deer hunting.
Yeah, somewhere.
And there happens to be a pond on there, and I can't wait to use.
Oh, yeah.
I'm going to use.
Going for the yellow?
I think I'm going to go with the yellow. I do like this one too, though.
Yeah, that one's sexy shad.
You know what? I actually like that one. The sexy shad.
Yeah.
Sexy shad. I'm going to use out there.
You seem like kind of a sexy shad kind of guy.
I'm a sexy man. I am a sexy man. Yeah, I am a sexy shad. And I do like the crawdad, too.
Yeah.
I remember. Tell me. So we're the same age.
Yeah.
Do you remember the time when. What was the name of that crawdad that came out when we were kids? It swam backwards.
Yeah. That
what was that one?
Bill Dance did all the.
Oh, shoot.
Yeah.
It swam backwards.
Yeah, it had a bill on its tail.
Yeah. I started with an
I
R.
I had those.
I think
it's
it's Rebel.
Yeah,
the
was
Rebel
it
crawdad.
Yeah.
I've ever since.
Oh, you're talking about the Rebel one. There was a soft plastic one too that had a bill on it.
I'm talking about the
No,
hard.
the Rebel one. Yeah, that's a stable. Yeah, I use that in the creeks and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ever since that bad boy came out.
Yeah.
They also had one that came out too, the Rebel Grasshopper.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I remember that. I don't think I ever used one though.
I used it. It was all right. It wasn't
okay.
as good as that crawdad.
Yeah.
It was bad.
Yeah, Rebel. Had a bunch of Rebel stuff back in the day.
You gonna start doing a YouTube channel of cooking?
Am I?
Yeah.
I should, shouldn't I?
You should. Again.
Get back after it.
You should. You had like a legit. It looked like it just needed a little bit of work.
Yeah.
But it was like a little cooking show.
Yeah. Well,
did you like it when you did that?
I didn't like it when I was done with it. I just so critical of myself.
Oh, okay. I mean, were you having fun when you were doing it?
Oh, yeah, I had fun doing it. Yeah. Yeah, I had fun.
What do you need? You just wanted to fix the camera? Just a better quality camera?
Well, no, I got a better one after that. I just needed to get better at editing. Probably needed to. Of course, nowadays there's all kinds of like digital courses and stuff I could take on.
Yeah, it's not that hard.
Yeah.
YouTube is a digital course.
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, Google whatever camera you have and whatever software you have.
Yeah.
What do you have? iMac?
No, I just got a PC, but I got Adobe Premiere I can edit on.
Oh yeah. Adobe's great.
I just need to get better on like how to set up the shots and edit it down so that I'm putting the content out in a shorter period of time, you know.
Yeah.
I was taking too long. And when I watched it, you know, it kind of made me cringe when I was watching it because
you're
it was
gonna
taking
cringe.
I know. I got to get over that too. Though.
I don't like listening or watching myself on this podcast.
Yeah.
And I do a little bit, but in small increments. But you have to do it,
right?
Because you have to learn what you're doing wrong, what you can improve on, what you're doing right. Yeah, and you're always gonna cringe just because I don't know. People are just self-critical.
Yeah. And, you know, I would tell, like, if it was my kids, I'd tell them the same thing. I'm like, you're going to be terrible when you start. You just got to keep doing it.
Yeah.
And get better.
Yeah, that's what you got to do.
But it's, you know, it's something I've been working on the past couple of years. It's trying to, you know, like we all have those things in life that holds us back. You know, that keeps us from doing what we really want to do.
Something in the back of your mind. It's like doubt,
Yeah.
or it's insecurity, or it's somebody just. What is it?
I
It's
don't
a
know. I'm trying to become
demon.
I'm trying to become aware of when I start doing the thing or refusing to do the thing that I need to do to move forward,
Yeah.
so that I can make myself do it instead of taking the other path like I've done too much.
You've done that too much?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
It's easy.
It is.
It's so easy.
It's safer, I think.
Well, what are you doing to make you sure you don't do that now? What's been making you for the year and a half stay committed to Atco fishing?
Okay, so the best way I heard it described the other day, this guy on a podcast I listened to, and this kind of sums it up or makes it simple, is he said, so imagine your life as like a silent movie, okay, without all the words. Are your actions living up to what you say in life? You know what I mean? Like, so if you watched your movie of your life on silent, would it match up to what you say your life is about or what you do? And
Okay.
so you just have to, when you choose to do something with every little bit of your time, you have to decide, is this helping me? Is this helping better my family, or is this helping me build my business, or is this
Big picture stuff?
even small stuff?
Yeah.
Like that's where I think I get tripped up.
Is the small stuff?
Yeah, because I feel like I can do everything, myself. Like, I'll just take care of that myself or whatever.
Okay.
Like I said, like working on the house
Yeah.
or working on my car.
Okay.
Like, I'll have
Just
to
bite
fix
off
it.
more than you can chew?
Yeah, like I can fix this, but probably I should pay somebody to fix that, and I should go work on Atco fishing, or I should go make some YouTube videos, because that is moving me towards my dream. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah.
And it's real easy to get tied down in stuff that doesn't.
It's really hard to go after a dream because you put it in your mind that it's just a dream, and if you don't succeed at it, it was just a dream.
Yeah.
Is that how maybe you think? I don't know. It's how I can kind of
Yeah.
It's how I can justify. It's just a dream. It was going to happen anyways.
Well, for me, it was
For me,
like,
I mean.
yeah. For me, I used to be, when I was younger, it was pretty entrepreneurial. I had a landscaping business, and I used to work at Grass Pad.
That's just something you have. Some people have or don't have. Is this entrepreneurial? I've talked to other people about this. Like my last guest that I just had last week, Killing Bird, is just like this crazy entrepreneur. It's just like, it just seems like it's just this thing that people just have built within them. I think.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It might be. But my problem is when I'd get to the part where you had to really push through to make some real gains, I would get distracted. Probably intentionally, maybe. Like if I had to be honest with myself.
Almost a sacrifice.
Yeah, like almost like I would
Self-sacrifice.
sabotage.
Type thing? Yeah.
Like sabotage it
That's
myself.
what I meant, sabotage.
Yeah, and I would blame it on stuff like, well, I gotta spend time with the family more, or not that that's a bad thing.
No, you do, yeah.
But that still didn't mean that I couldn't do the things I needed to do.
Right.
So I'm trying to, everything I do, I'm trying to say, is this putting me towards the goal? It's hard, It's hard to be honest with yourself too sometimes.
Yeah.
Like, you don't like it. At least I don't.
Yeah, but you have to do it.
You have to do it.
It's one of the hardest things you can do, and I think a lot of people aren't honest with themselves.
No, I know I wasn't for a long time.
Yeah.
But, it's just like, eating right or whatever too, it's the same thing.
Oh my gosh, I'm struggling with that right now.
Whatever, dude. You look like a stud.
I work out a lot, but I eat like shit. If I ate better, I would actually look like a stud, not just this skinny dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, I eat that's something I've been beating myself up lately, is how I've been eating. I love that you're doing this. Do you have dreams of like it being the next Rapala?
Well, so here's what yeah.
It'll never be that big, right?
No, well, like,
I mean, that's like generational,
right?
Something, but like
Rapala is,
but like
legendary.
you can get it pretty big. I don't see why not. The fishing market's
It's huge. Well, here's the thing too about all businesses are changing to be more. Smaller guys are taking chunks anyway of large markets because they're more connected to their customers.
people want to support that.
Yeah, and
I
you know,
want to support the smaller person.
social media, and like a small guy can come in and immediately talk to his customers
Yeah.
and interact with them, whereas these large companies, try getting someone to respond to you on social media and
Yeah, it's not happening.
and get that connection. So
It's like a scratcher ticket. You can send one
yeah, exactly.
comment out there, and maybe get a response.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I want to be real connected to my customers, and I want to start putting out a bunch of content to help them be better fishermen, and have more fun. Enjoy.
I've noticed on your Atco Instagram that you put things out there. If anybody has any kind of questions at all,
Yeah.
let me know. I'll help you out.
Right.
Do a lot of people take you up on that?
I actually have had a lot of people
Yeah?
take me on that. Yeah. And, some of them I didn't know the answer to help them, but I went and researched it and looked it up.
Okay, what was it like?
One guy was asking about salmon fishing, right?
Okay.
And I don't have a ton of experience.
What kind of salmon fishing? Like where?
Well, that's what I
Or
asked
Great
him.
Lakes
I
or
said,
river,
are you fishing in the ocean or, sea? Are you fishing in the river? What? He said river fishing. So I went and did some research.
Northwest? Northeast?
Yeah, he was in the Northwest.
Okay.
And there's a guy who wrote a book in the 90s that's all about river fishing for salmon. That's, I guess, from everything I can find that, it's got everything you need to know, most complete. So I'm
Okay.
like, here's the deal. I
From
don't
the
know a
90s?
bunch. Yeah, it's from the 90s.
Wouldn't
but-
a lot of people today, you would think, would scoff at that? The 90s?
Right.
This is 2018 and we have Google. I'm going to find something on there that's going to kill whatever the 90s it said.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, it's salmon. They haven't changed.
Right.
in
They've been going up the same rivers for, thousands and
Right,
thousands
right.
of years. So I was like, I don't know, but if I was you, I'd buy this book. If you're starting from scratch, which he was, from what I understood.
Oh, perfect.
I was like, check out this book. I'm gonna buy one myself. Put
Oh,
on the
nice.
shelf, yeah. So if I need the info, I can look it up.
Yeah.
But yeah, man. Anybody who has any fishing question, I'm willing to help them out because I'm so nuts about fishing. When we were 12, we went to Florida to go to Disney World. Right, my grandparents were gonna take us.
Right.
I got upset and threw a fit.
Because you wanted to go to Lake Okeechobee.
I wanted to go fishing. We were gonna go saltwater fishing.
Oh, okay.
And I had never been. And I had spent weeks going to the library and checking out books about saltwater fishing,
Right.
And yeah, I
You wanted to catch a tarpon or something?
exactly.
Right.
Snook. I threw a fit, acted like a idiot brat kid because I had to go to Disney World.
Yeah. I did something like that too.
Did you?
Not quite that bad. This is like one of those things. I've never talked about this before. My dad wanted to surprise my brother and I with fly tying lessons.
Oh yeah.
How awesome is that?
That's awesome.
This was in South Dakota,
Oh yeah.
and this was in the 90s. And we were really big into fly fishing,
Right.
but not fly tying. Didn't know anything. Didn't even think about that. I loved fishing for bass. That was my big thing. I liked fishing for trout. I'd go to the stream, and I'd bring my rooster tail and
Yeah.
spinning rod, or I'd bring my fly rod, and I enjoyed it. But I grew up bass fishing, loved catching bass, and watching Bill dance outdoors.
yeah.
Loved Bill
Dance.
dance and
Jimmy Houston. Did you
Jimmy
watch?
Houston.
Oh, I love Jimmy Houston, man.
I loved watching those. Bass was my thing. And my dad had said something like, "Hey, I got a surprise for you guys and for me and my brother," and we had figured out that it had been for fishing. And I just assumed, and you know what happens when you assume.
Right.
I assumed he was taking us to this lake that was I think it was called Lake Augustine, and it was in South Dakota.
Okay.
South Dakota's not known for bass. It's just
Right.
it's too cold up there.
Yeah.
There's not big bass, and I wanted to catch big bass. When I was in middle school, my dream was to catch a 6-pound bass.
Oh, I got you.
That's not even that big.
No.
That was my dream.
Yeah.
The biggest one I ever caught there was like 3 pounds. I was so pumped,
Yeah.
so excited. I walked home. I caught a 3-pound bass on a super ultralight. It was a great catch.
Yeah.
Whatever the story, it was a great catch. I walked home. Home was probably, I don't know, 2.5 miles from the pond. I walked holding it by the lip the whole way, super proud, walking
Strutting
through
your
these
stuff.
different neighbors. You know, different people will be hanging out on their front porch. Hey, that's a nice fish. I'm like, yeah,
Yeah.
I know. I was so
Exactly.
happy I got a 3-pound bass. And anyway, so I thought he was taking us on a boat because we didn't own a boat. I thought he was getting us a boat to rent or whatever on this Lake Augustine that had some big bass on there. And just because I assumed for whatever jackass reason.
Right.
And I heard that's where, and then I found out we were going to go on this fly tying class. I remember, this is like something you see in a TV show, like in a bad sitcom. But I was saying to my brother, we were upstairs, my parents were downstairs, and my room was right by the stairs, I guess. And my brother and I were sitting there. I was like, man, I don't want to go to this stupid fly tying class. This
Yeah.
is so stupid. I thought we were, I was just bitching
Right.
and moaning about it. And I guess my dad heard me, and he didn't say anything, or you know what I mean. I didn't find out till like years after that.
Right.
I was like, oh, you just feel so bad.
Yeah.
And then, of course, afterwards, it ended up being an amazing thing. And I ended up falling in love, if you will, with fly tying.
Yeah.
And ended up being a fly tyer for a while.
Yeah.
instead
You
of-
still do it?
No, I haven't fly tied. I didn't have. I loved it at first, and I realized I just didn't have the patience for it.
Yeah.
It takes a lot of patience to do. For me, it was the final knot.
Yeah.
Did you fly tie?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. There was I took classes too out here in Independence. There was a Orvis out there that
Cool.
you could take classes at. Yeah.
Okay. I can't remember the name of it, but it's that last tool. It's kind of like a triangle piece.
Yeah. You like
And that's how you make the knot at the end so the thread doesn't
unravel.
on
Yeah.
the fly. I could never really get that thing down.
I never used that tool though. I did it with my fingers. There's
yeah.
a way you can do it where you.
Yeah, with the scissor or the tweezers or something, maybe the scissors.
I just do my fingers in like this triangle thing.
Oh, okay.
Around there, yeah, but yeah.
Yeah, I could never get that stupid thing down,
Yeah.
and it just frustrated the heck out of me. What I would end up doing was I would kind of try to do like some crappy knot with my fingers, and then just glue the hell out
Glue
of it.
the heck out of it. Yeah, yeah, I've done that before too.
Yeah, and I think I still have a couple of them. I did make this funky because I always wanted to make like bass and pike flies.
Yeah, exactly.
And so I made this thing where I just put like these funky, like orange and yellow, red and purple colors. Like these, I call it a Jamaican hopper. It looked like this Jamaican
Awesome.
color. That's what I called it. I
Yeah.
still have it somewhere, like kind of like a, I don't know, weird plug type thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, have you ever been to Bennett Springs?
No, so I was saying I lived in South Dakota.
Yeah.
If you fish for trout
Right.
in
I
South
know.
Dakota, you're not going to fish for trout in any other non-Western state. I'm not
Right.
going to Bennett Springs and fly fishing elbow to elbow with somebody for a farm-raised trout.
Yeah.
I can't do it.
It's nothing like real trout fishing,
Yeah.
but I mean, it's fun in its own right as long as you can get over that. You know that you're basically fishing a fish farm.
I can't get over that.
Yeah.
I wouldn't. I'll.
But
find
there's
something.
a lot of people there fly fishing that think that they're out west on river runs through it.
I couldn't do that. I couldn't put up with those people.
Yeah.
I would be fighting with somebody on the bank and taking their creel and shoving it up their throat.
Yeah. So they think that they're in the serious business there.
Right.
And so there's one fly that I still tie that I invented that
You
it
invented?
Yeah. It looks like a pile of trout guts.
How did you do that?
Well, I just saw all the trout eating the guts because everybody
How did you see trout eating guts?
everybody cleans their trout right there on the shore.
In one spot?
No, just wherever they're done fishing.
Why?
Just as soon as they're done, they gut them.
I'm done for the day.
Yeah.
I'm going to do it right here.
Yeah, everybody does it down there. And they just chuck them into the stream, and the trout,
That doesn't make sense to me.
well, the trout immediately come up and eat them. And so if you're in the
The
fly,
guts?
yeah, the guts.
Huh.
So if you're in the fly fishing zone or the lure zone, because it's broke up into like bait, lure, and fly zone.
Bait, lure, and fly.
Yeah.
Live bait? Or what
Yeah,
kind
you
of
can
bait?
use live bait in the bait zone. I believe
Well, what's bait? What is-
power bait.
Berkeley's power
Yeah,
bait.
Berkeley power bait. You can use that.
Marshmallows, basically.
Yeah, marshmallows, night crawlers, whatever.
Right.
And then the next zones up are all, lure and fly fishermen. And
Does it get less and less people as you go?
yeah,
that
it
way?
gets more spread out. And there's more fish. You can see, like, if you're in the bait zone, it gets fished out pretty heavily. But if you're in the fly fishing zone, there's a bunch of fish in there that, aren't getting caught.
And you can only fly fish in there.
Well, you can fish with a rod, regular rod and reel, but it has to be like a fly or jig or something.
I can't use a rooster tail.
I think you can't use the rooster tail because of the treble hook. You can use it in the.
Could I use a rooster tail with a single hook?
I
on
think
it?
you can, yeah, if I remember right.
Doesn't matter does it matter if it has a barb?
No, you can use barb down there. Last I
Okay.
knew, anyway. I haven't been in like.
Yeah, because you can keep them down there.
Yeah, you can keep them,
Yeah.
and they're just like putting in like 1,000 trout a day or something crazy.
Oh, really?
Oh yeah, they have
It really is like a farm, like a.
Yeah, they have a huge hatchery there. You can go feed them too. So you kids like it because you can go feed the
Right,
fish.
I've seen that and done that, and it's kind of sad.
Yeah, but
The difference between a wild trout and one of those farmed, when you cut them before you cook them,
oh yeah,
or even when you cook them, it's
yeah,
just,
it's not the same.
it's night and day.
But so I made this fly that looks like guts, and it works great. You can almost fish it like bait. Like you throw it out there and it just sits on the
It
bottom.
really does work.
Yeah. Oh yeah, the trout come just snag it up.
What does it look like? Like, what did you make it out of?
Well, it's got a little bit of a rabbit. You know what rabbit strips are? Like
Yep.
leech strips.
Yeah.
It's got that. I put a little mini piece of balloon on there.
What do you mean? Like a real
Like a real-
latex balloon?
Yeah, with no air in it.
Yeah.
In fact, I put a couple pieces of lead shot in the balloon so that it weighs it down a little bit. And then
So that's like a pink balloon. What color is the balloon?
white normally, but I have used pink. But the leech strips, I'll use white and pink. A real like pale like
White and pink.
salmony pink color.
Okay.
And then a little bit of white marabou and a little tiny bit of red marabou on there.
What's marabou?
Kind of like crappie jig. You know the stuff that's on crappie jigs, the real soft, feathery stuff.
Yeah.
A little bit of that on there. And they just think it's guts and they'll
Does
come
it
down.
really look like guts when it's in the water to you?
Yeah.
Really does?
Yeah. I mean it's close of anything I've seen.
Is it heavy?
You can make it heavy or light, but I try to make it fairly neutral. I want it to sink just a little bit. So I would try to make it so it floats just like the guts. you know?
Wow. How did you come up with that? You were just like.
And just being creative, messing around. I tried a bunch of different, but once I got it dialed in,
Have you seen anything like that for sale?
no. It would only work in trout parks where they eat guts all the time. Yeah, no, I know. But
I mean, Bennett Springs, just a lot of people down
yeah,
there.
it's kind of fun though because I can go catch big monster trout next to people that have been fishing all day.
Yeah.
And like this one, here's the story. I just love this story though because
Bennett Springs, where at in Missouri?
it's down by
Springfield?
Lebanon.
Where's that? Is that by Springfield or?
It's north and east a little bit, I believe.
Okay.
Like if you're, I can't even remember the other. There's little small towns down there, but it's
This would only work in these hatchery areas.
yeah. But one time there was this guy. I was letting the kids fish when the kids were real little, and I just let them fish however they want, because
They're kids.
yeah, they're kids, and
Have fun.
yeah, and I wasn't even fishing because it's hard to fish and let kids fish at the same time.
Oh man, I'm finding that out real quick.
Yeah, you just gotta let them do their thing and be there to
Let them throw rocks.
take care of whatever their issues are.
I don't
fix
need.
their
I don't
untangles.
need to eat. This isn't
Yeah,
This isn't how I'm feeding myself.
yeah.
We're just out here.
So this guy was one of those fly fishermen that thought he was, out west somewhere.
Thought it was Brad Pitt and the river
Yeah.
runs through it.
Exactly. And he was like, well, you guys really ought to go down to the bait section and go fishing. And I was like, oh, yeah? And he's like, yeah, your kids will have a chance. I'm like, well, this is where they want to go. This is where they picked. So,
There's more than just fishing than catching fish.
Yeah.
It's about being on the river in a cool spot and seeing the scenery and enjoying the surroundings.
Right.
Why didn't he understand that?
Well, he kept persisting.
Yeah.
And he started asking me if I had ever fished before. And I was like, oh, yeah. So I grabbed my rod with the trout gut fly on there, and I went over and stood next to him.
Did he see it?
I don't know if he saw the fly. You know, he probably knew it was something large because it's a lot bigger than everything.
I was just saying that when I think of fly fishing, especially for trout, you think of like little midges.
Yeah, it's bigger
or a
than
woolly
that.
booger or a
Yeah.
grasshopper, something pretty small.
Yeah.
Like
No,
like a grasshopper would be a big fly trout, like a trout fly.
Yeah. No, this is fairly large for trout.
Yeah, this seems pretty big.
And I throw it out there and immediately catch like a 1.5 pound trout, which is like real
Pretty-
nice down there.
Yeah, it's a good trout.
But then, or I might have lost a trout on the first one. I immediately hooked up. And
Yeah.
then, but the second cast, I hooked into one that was almost 3 pounds. And it's running around.
Right in front of him?
Yeah, right in front of him. And it jumps and is running between all these other fishermen's legs. And everybo's getting out of the
Wow.
way. Yeah, they're all like, oh, great fish,
Wow.
great fish, guy. And Fisher, my son, comes over and nets it for me.
Nice.
Yeah, I put it on the stringer, and I cast right back out and hook into another one.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Right in front of this guy, too. How awesome was that?
Oh, it felt so good, dude.
Nice.
But, yeah, so he left me alone after that.
He didn't say anything? Like, he didn't, hey, what are you using?
No,
over
he
there?
didn't even
I see
do that.
a giant thing off the end of your line
Yeah.
there.
No, there was nothing. But it felt good after him pestering me. He bothered us for probably like 40 minutes.
Really?
Yeah.
Why didn't he just go downstream,
I don't know.
like, a lot further?
He just didn't want kids.
Like, kids aren't that fast.
Yeah. And we were right in a real public area, like on the stairs.
How long of an area do you have to go?
Oh, it's long.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we were right like by a bridge on these stairs, in a real public. It wasn't like
Yeah.
we had crowded in on somebody's little
Okay.
spot. Yeah.
Huh.
So
People are weird.
they are.
You're fishing.
Right.
You're out here with other people fishing. Like,
At a fish farm.
yeah, what did you expect?
Yeah. I know.
He just had a bad day.
Maybe.
Doesn't like kids.
Probably.
Hmm.
But it was fun. Yeah.
Fishing's awesome. And as I was saying earlier, I wanted to have you on the podcast, but I didn't want to have you on too early. And this is a perfect time because here we are with hunting season
Yeah.
next weekend.
Yeah, I know.
For us in Missouri, we get to bow hunt next Saturday.
I'm not even ready.
Yeah, I'm kind of ready, but I could be more prepared.
I still got to restring my bow.
How often do you do that?
Okay, well, this is real bad, but I haven't restrung my bow ever that I have right now. And I've probably had it since like 2009.
Oh, yeah, that's pretty bad.
Yeah. The strings look bad. Like, I'm not even going to
Yeah,
mess with it till I get it restrung.
yeah.
I've just been so busy this summer. I mean, that's an excuse, really, but I just haven't gotten
It's
around
not
to
an excuse if it is what it is. I mean, you got a lot going on.
Yeah. So I got to get a string, get it restrung, and I got to take my son up. I bought him a bow for Christmas, and I still haven't got him arrows so he can
Oh, yeah?
practice. Yeah.
Uh-oh.
But he's done a ton of stuff this year that I've had to spend money on him for.
Right.
So.
I'm excited. I'm really excited this year I get excited for it every year. I'm bummed I didn't get my managed hunts that I put in for.
Oh, yeah. What ones did you put in for?
Oh, just the Missouri Conservation to manage. I put one in for Swope Park.
Oh, yeah.
This is like the 4th year I've put in for it. And your draw odds are 50%.
And you still haven't got in?
Exactly.
Don't they do preference points?
I
in
got
Missouri?
preference points.
Really?
Yeah.
I haven't put in for a.
I'm an unlucky dude.
I guess so.
I'm
dude.
very unlucky.
We used to put in for James A. Reed.
That'd
and
be hard to get in.
I got into one of the first ones.
Really?
I never saw so many deer in my life.
Really?
Oh yeah, it used to be back and it was just loaded with deer. Saw a monster buck, but you had to shoot a doe first.
Right. Of course.
Yeah, so I couldn't shoot him.
Oh, of course. It was on the first day.
Yeah.
Did you get a doe at least?
Yeah, I did end up getting a doe.
Did you get a buck too afterwards?
No, never got a buck
Never.
out there.
No.
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 I was young though, and I'm probably not a very good hunter at the time.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's what's great about hunting. You don't want to be great at it immediately.
No.
I mean, you want to be, but you really don't.
Yeah.
That's the part of hunting that's so great is the journey. I mean, with any really cool endeavor,
Oh yeah.
you know, the pursuit is just the journey, like, is just the beauty of it. It's like,
Yeah.
it's awesome because I look coming from, like, I've got stories from when I was a child, from some silly hunting mistakes. And then now, like, the things you learn, it's like I wouldn't be the hunter I am now than if it wasn't for those silly things that happen.
Oh,
you know?
exactly.
Yeah.
That's where you grow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's great. That's why we do it. That's why I do it. I mean, it's not the only reason why. That's the awesome thing about hunting. It's so personal. There's so many reasons to do it for everybody.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's fulfilling in many ways.
Especially for you when you get to eat. I mean, that's almost all you eat, except for when you go out. I'm jealous. I wish I
Yeah?
could do that.
Well, we normally get, I don't know, at least 3 deer a year.
When you-
Sometimes we've got as many as like 6 or 7.
When you got a couple killers in the family, that
yeah,
helps.
yeah. I put the kids to work at it.
Yeah.
My daughter's gonna go rifle hunting first time this year.
How old is she?
Well, it's just turned 13.
And that's the rifle hunting age for her?
Well, my son went when he was 7. He got his first one, but she just hasn't been interested in it. So
And now she is?
Now she is. Yeah.
What got her interested in doing the crossbow? Like, she was
Um,
interested in that more first?
Well, it was for spring turkey season on that, and let's see, I'd already taken Fisher, and he had got one during youth season,
Yeah.
and then so we were hunting here in city limits where you had to use a crossbow, so we couldn't.
You can only use a crossbow?
Well, I mean, we couldn't. She could use a bow
Or a bow, okay.
Yeah, archery only.
Yeah, yeah.
And so I had her practice, at the house a couple nights.
How far?
Well, for the practice, it wasn't very far. It was only like 15 yards.
Yeah.
And but it was great when the turkey came in. It was like 23 yards,
Uh-huh.
and I said, "Okay, you need to aim." I think it was like 1.5 inches higher. It was a weak little crossbow. It was just a cheap one. And I said, "You need to aim 1.5 inches higher than we practiced." And she got it perfect and just smoked that dude.
Wow.
Yeah, it was great.
Oh, man. I can't wait to do something. That's got to be one of the coolest. Is it cooler watching your kids get something than it is get something yourself?
Yeah, honestly, it really is. Like, I didn't know.
Right.
When you hear people say that, but I don't even care. Like, if I get anything when I'm taking them.
Mm-hmm.
And, in fact, I think sometimes my son, I mean, he's older now and he can handle everything himself, but he'll be like, "Dad, you catch something, or it's your turn to shoot," or whatever, And, but I just enjoy, helping them have a good time. So.
Yeah. Yeah, I think about that all the time. My son's been starting to say he wants to go hunting with me. He's like, "When I turn 6, can I go hunting with you?" I'm like, "You sure can.
Yeah, exactly.
I'll take you out there. I can't wait." I tell him, I cannot wait to take you out there.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I really can't wait till he is actually out there and pulling the trigger or just doing the hunting himself.
Yeah.
That must be a really cool feeling
It is.
for a dad.
And, like we always, up until this last year, we'd always share a tree stand, 2-person, or we'd hang out in the same spot together,
Yeah.
drink coffee, and eat snacks and all
Yeah.
that. Just great times together. But this last year, we split up.
Mm-hmm.
And that was kind of hard, because I enjoyed that time with him so much. So
Yeah, I bet that is kind of hard.
yeah, it's kind of like, oh man, he's growing up.
Your boy's becoming a man.
Yeah, it's hard to do.
How old is he?
He's getting ready to turn 16.
Yeah. I get that is about the age where he's like,
Yeah,
"Dad, you go a mile that way. I'll
Yeah,
be over
exactly.
here. Yeah, let me know what's up."
and the funny part was I took what I thought was a lesser spot right by the road.
Yeah.
I ended up shooting a monster buck.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah,
Yeah. Man,
so
I want to shoot a monster buck so bad.
that felt pretty good because it was on public land.
That's the thing. Oh.
I felt like because I felt pretty stupid for where I was sitting, because I could watch the other hunters drive right by,
Yeah.
and they could see me in the tree and
Waving at you. Hey,
Yeah,
idiot.
yeah.
Good luck.
exactly. And I was like, this is a dumb spot, but really it's just about me being close by in case Fisher needed me or whatever.
Yeah.
And but then when I shot that one, I felt like, oh yeah, of course this is why I was sitting here. So
Yeah, you just want to post up right there with the dead buck
yeah.
after all the other hunters come back. Be like, yep.
Oh no, I waited till everybody was gone before I loaded that dude up.
Oh, because you didn't want people to see?
Yeah.
Oh, good thinking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't want anybody to see it.
Yeah, last season, we went up to this public land area, and the first day, our camping neighbors shot a giant.
Really?
He measured it out at about 155.
Really?
Big
Yeah.
old, thick,
Yeah.
gnarly, monster, beautiful buck.
Yeah.
He was from Louisiana.
Oh yeah. All the way up there. Came all the way up there to hunt public land.
When me and Bernard went up there, I think we were the only. It was packed up. It was pretty packed up there.
Really?
As it was during the rut, and it's middle of Missouri. You don't think it's gonna be. You expect a few people up there. It's during the rut.
Right.
Ooh, there were a lot of people up there, and we were the only ones from Missouri.
Are you serious?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Missourians really look down on hunting on public land, though.
Missourians do.
Yeah.
They do.
I mean, I always did too. Myself.
I didn't know that.
But I was spoiled because I had such great, farmland to hunt in the family.
Yeah.
But we always thought that either there was no deer on there or you would get shot.
Yeah. I can see why you would think that on a rifle hunting public land.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't want to be on public land with rifle hunters. That's absolutely insane.
Well, I never
It's no
did.
fun. It's no fun. I mean, I'm not too worried about the safety aspect of it. It's just that it's no fun.
Yeah. Well, I've found that there's always spots that everybody else skips past and overlooks
Yeah.
that they think is no good. And, I mean, that's where I shot that big buck and where Fisher sits is a spot where no one even thinks about hunting.
Yeah.
I won't even say why because I'm not going to give it away, but there's reasons why they're like, obviously there's no deer here.
Okay.
And, but we always kill deer there.
Really?
Yeah. And I've only had a person walk in on me once.
For hunting, he was.
Yeah, during rifle season, which is, that's when everybody starts tromping around like idiots.
Oh, yeah. I don't even go out in the woods during rifle season.
Yeah.
I don't even mess with it. I just take that as a vacation.
Yeah, you should do muzzleloader season though.
I'm going to.
It's not that busy out there in the woods then.
Yeah, my dad has a muzzleloader for me.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, it has to be fixed somehow, so he's getting that fixed and sending it to me, and then I'm going to do that this year for the first time.
Yeah, that'll be cool.
I actually thought about doing, because there's a muzzleloader season.
Right.
But I thought about also just doing it as the rifle season, using a muzzleloader during rifle season.
Yeah, you can do that.
And then I can do that on public land.
Right.
Because public land that's archery only. Because archery only is usually archery / muzzleloader only.
Yeah, there's some of them that are that way, yeah.
Those are the ones I hunt. I don't hunt on rifle hunting land just because rightly or wrongly, I believe there's just not a good enough deer population on there because it's being rifle hunted.
Yeah.
I just figure if it's archery only, my opportunity for not only more deer, but bigger bucks it's just a higher percentage there. So I've been thinking about using the muzzleloader during rifle season on archery only parcels of land.
That's how I got started muzzleloading. The wildlife area I checked out was archery and muzzleloading only. And so I was like, well, shoot, let's learn how to do it,
Mm-hmm.
But then they changed it after I started muzzleloading hunting to archery only. So
it wasn't both?
It was both before, but then they switched it just a few years back. And
to just archery?
Just archery. And it's crazy because it's
I didn't know there was only places like that.
Yeah.
All the public areas I've hunted is archery / muzzle loader only.
Yeah, well, they said it was because they had close calls with duck hunters or something.
Okay.
But
that makes sense.
if you saw how the land was laid out, most of the best, deer hunting, there's plenty of space where there's no duck hunting.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. But I haven't hunted down there in a couple of years, so I don't know how good the hunting is now. But
right.
it was getting really good because it was a huge area and archery only.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
What's your hunting season look like this year?
You know what? I didn't get rifle season off at work.
Oh, no?
No. So,
How come?
the way they changed it, where you couldn't, less people off or something. I don't know.
But that time of year, wouldn't other hunters wanted it or something?
I
or?
don't even think it was other hunters that got it.
But that's just a weird time of year where you wouldn't think other people would want that time off.
Yeah. No, I don't know. But so I got the first weekend off. But other than that, it's just going to be fitting in some bow hunting.
You going to do bow hunting this year pretty good?
Yeah, I'm going to try to.
Because you're not like a huge bow hunter, right?
No, I got a place here in town that I can hunt, though. So
Just because it's so time consuming.
yeah.
Yeah. Oh,
I mean,
nice.
a couple years ago, I was doing it all the time.
I love bow hunting. That's
Yeah.
That's where I'm at, man. I just love it.
Yeah. I'm going to I'm off this week because it was going to be when we go to Colorado for elk hunting. And
Oh, you had already asked for this time off,
Yeah.
anticipating
yeah.
getting it.
So I'm going to go teal hunting a couple times this week. Maybe some dove.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Ooh, I like dove.
Yeah.
Just right around here, or are you going to go anywhere kind of
Well, I know for sure one night we're going to go out to Reed because the kids want to go.
for duck?
For dove.
Okay.
Yeah, for the duck, I'm going to go south a little bit.
How do you dove hunt around here?
You just go out to the fields that they got sunflowers planted and hang out there and shoot them as they fly by.
Morning or in the evening, like when they're about to go bed and when they're waking
morning
up?
and evening, both. Yeah. At Reed, you can only do it in the evening, or
Oh.
after like noon or 1 o'clock or something.
After.
Yeah.
And you just pick a spot and just sit there and wait?
Yeah. They
You
have,
don't like you don't walk up and down rows or anything?
No, there's too many people. You can't really do that.
And everybody just kind of says, we're going to sit here?
Yeah, everybody picks a spot and stays there.
Is it?
You have a
See,
shotgun?
I do have a shotgun.
You want to go this next week one night?
Yeah.
You can come with us
All right.
after work.
I would have to do
Thursday. Is Thursday available?
probably not. Monday. Tomorrow is.
Yeah, I can't do tomorrow.
We'll have to come up with something.
Yeah.
I get the kids on Thursday
Oh, okay.
next week, and then I work my night job Tuesday and Wednesday. I'm pretty busy this week.
Yeah.
Golly, I would like to. I really would like. I would love to get some doves.
Yeah.
I love dove. Grilled dove with some bacon wrapped around it. Maybe
Oh,
a little
yeah.
barbecue sauce on there
Yeah.
over the coals.
They're good, man. It's kind of a cliche to wrap dove in bacon, but it's just good.
That's what you do.
Yeah.
What you do? Stuff it. Yeah. Well, we got a while for.
Yeah, it goes till November or something.
And what are you gonna do for teal? Teal's a duck.
Yeah, it's a small, fast duck.
What is that? The only thing you can shoot, or can you shoot a mallard?
For this season, it's teal only. It's like a little special early season.
Yeah, how do you know? You just have to know what a teal is, or is
Yeah.
it pretty obvious? Like
Once you watched them a few times, it's pretty obvious.
yeah.
Yeah, they were lots faster and smaller than other ducks.
Are there a lot of them? Like, is your success rate going to be pretty high?
It just depends on whether they're around or not. I've been some years and there's been tons of them, and I've been other years and never seen one.
Are they good?
They remind you of dove, really.
Oh, okay.
And they're not much bigger.
Oh,
You know?
really?
Yeah. I mean, the meat you get off of them isn't much bigger.
Really?
Yeah.
The nice thing about doves is how easy are the breast out.
Oh, yeah.
Just pop.
Yep. Yeah, it's quick and
Are
easy.
teals like that or no?
No, if you're gonna breast them, you gotta cut it loose.
Yeah.
I mean, they're a little bit bigger, but it's not much.
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
How are we going to get you to 10,000 followers on this?
man, I don't know. I need all these Neanderthal followers to.
Well, Neanderthal people, get on it, man. Follow this guy. Man Eats Wild. I don't want to keep you all night. I could keep talking all day. I saw your phone going off. I'll let you get out of here.
It's whatever you want to do, man.
Yeah. Hopefully we can do this again.
Yeah, for sure. We can talk about all kinds of stuff.
Man, yeah, I've been, like I said, I was wanting to have you on a long time. Like, for a while I've wanted to have you on. Now is like the perfect time because hunting season is starting up.
Well, I'm honored. I mean, seriously, you talked way too nice about me, to be honest.
Ah. It is what it is, man. I just talk how I feel.
Oh, I appreciate that. I do.
Yeah, man. I've like secretly looked up to you. Like, just I see the way you're doing things, and you look for examples of people doing things the right way.
Yeah.
And I see you like doing the things that I want to do and accomplishing it with, like, we don't need to get into it, but like the same kind of job.
Right.
Like, we don't make millions of dollars. This
Right.
isn't our dream job.
Right.
We like what we do. It's fine, but we'd rather be pursuing our dreams. I want to have a badass podcast. You want to have a badass fishing company, and to have time to hunt and fish and do outdoor things and cook.
Right.
I want you to have a badass YouTube channel.
Well, you've probably inspired me enough.
Get on it, man. I'm
get
telling you.
going.
I don't know why you wouldn't.
Yeah.
Like, just do it. Like, you've got almost 10,000 followers on Instagram. If you put out there, hey, here's my YouTube channel, I'm finally getting serious about it, and you get a few things out there, they're going to start migrating over there. You start getting a bunch of people on there, and it grows on there.
Right.
Who knows?
Yeah.
And then you start pimping your product on your. Here I am. Just I should just be people's managers.
Yeah.
Or I don't know, inspirational YouTube person.
I want your podcast to grow. It's going to, dude. You're going to.
I'm trying, man. It's hard to stay motivated. It's so difficult. It's coming at so many roadblocks.
Yeah.
It's just like,
They come no matter what.
Yeah.
You just have to keep going.
Yeah.
Like, even when you don't feel like it.
I know. Does it feel weird being at work or in your community having the following that you have? I know I'm making it sound like it's way bigger than it is, but it's a pretty significant number. There's over 8,000 people that is looking at your stuff.
Yeah.
That's a lot of eyeballs.
It is.
Do you ever think like,
I think it was yesterday I was thinking about.
like, hey, this is kind of cool. I'm not going to get a big head about it. I'm not going to get an ego, but holy cow, that's a pretty big number. This is cool. Like, I'd be like, walking around with my chest all out, like, pretty fucking cool, man.
Well, I was thinking the other way. I was like, oh my gosh, like, I better, be cool about the way I'm driving and stuff. Like, what if I cut somebody off that's like somebody that followed me or something?
Oh,
you know?
yeah?
Like, what if I do something stupid that,
Yeah.
and it, what if I'm griping about somebody when I'm driving or something? And it's, like somebody who follows me. I mean, like that. I don't know.
Fine. Well,
that's what I was thinking about.
Then you would hope it would blow up and get bad because there's
create controversy.
yes,
Yeah.
there's no bad press. There's
No
just
bad
press.
Yeah.
You capitalize on it.
I know.
Yeah, but yeah. So I was saying, like, I look to you as like a way to kind of start doing things. Like, now that I'm in like a different chapter of my life, I have to start kind of creating a vision or creating steps to a different future.
Yeah.
And
You have to imagine it. You have to have a vision for it, or it's just, it won't happen.
Yeah, it's really easy.
I mean, some people, they do luck into things, but
oh yeah, there's definitely that, but you can't bank on luck.
no.
You gotta quote unquote create your luck, or put yourself in the right position. And so yeah, I look at where I would like to be, and I would like to be able to go to Colorado and go on a bear and elk hunt, or I would like to go on I'd like to go to Quantico and hunt and fish. Like, I'd like to do these things,
Yeah.
and I realize when I look at like you as an example that it's possible, and it doesn't seem like it's that hard to be possible. You just have to do it the right way, and it's just nice to have, like a really cool quote or saying that I really like is that we're standing on the shoulders of giants.
Yeah.
And so it's just like, it's just something to stand on and like, all right, this guy's doing it. I
Well-
can follow that example.
Oh, look, if I'm doing it, anybody can do it.
That's what
I mean, it's the truth.
that's why, yeah.
Something I learned to make something like that happen is the first thing you got to do is you just got to put the date on the calendar.
Okay.
You just have to do it. You have to decide that you're
yeah.
going to do it.
Yeah, I need all the inspiration I can get. I'm really susceptible to being, to procrastinating things and
Yeah.
being lazy.
Right.
And yeah. I need to,
Just,
yeah.
Just put the date on the calendar. Pick something. I mean, start smaller. Say, I'm going to go, to Kansas pheasant hunting or whatever, whatever it is.
Yeah, that is true. Bernard and I did that this year for our Missouri hunt.
Yeah, exactly.
Which isn't that big of a deal, but we're actually making it. Oh, so last year we went for like, I don't know, 4 days, 3 or 4 days.
Right.
Pretty small.
Right.
This time we're going to go for, I think, 9 days.
Oh, that's awesome, dude.
That's like a real vacation.
Exactly.
There's people, like I said, we were the only ones from Missouri that were up there.
Oh, yeah.
There was people from Minnesota, Louisiana, Pennsylvania, bunch of people from Louisiana, Michigan. And so they're taking their time to drive all the way out there and spend 7 or 8 days.
Exactly.
And it's just as cool for us, and we only have to go like an hour and a half.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we're gonna do the whole like 9 days and do like a
that's awesome.
That's like a real trip.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so we put it on the calendar. Yeah, I guess that is what you have to do.
Yeah. That's how it starts.
Yeah,
Yeah.
man. All right, I'm gonna let you get out of here,
All right, man.
I'm gonna take
Hey,
all
I
your
appreciate
time.
this opportunity.
dude. I do appreciate you coming over here, giving me all of this stuff. I'm gonna give some of it away. Some of it I'm gonna be greedy and keep it. Thanks for the turkey.
Oh, you're welcome.
I'm
man.
supposed to spoil you. I'm usually pretty good about spoiling guests,
I just
but you spoiled me today.
wanted to, never show up somewhere empty-handed is
It's good
something
philosophy.
I try to do. Sometimes I forget, but
Well, you didn't today, and that's dope.
right on, man.
Jason Atkins, he is maneatswild on Instagram, one of the greatest names ever, and @co_fishing. And dude, what more can I say? I appreciate it. I'm gonna get you on the podcast again. I hope you had a good time.
I had a great time. Can I say one more thing?
Please say as much stuff as you want.
All right. So all of you that are listening, you need to make sure you're subscribing to the Neanderthal podcast on iTunes or wherever you're listening. Go over to YouTube, do the same thing, and then do us a favor and think of one friend that would enjoy it and ask them to listen and follow as well.
Boom. Dude, thanks. And you don't even have to listen. Just download. Subscribe and download. Don't even listen.
At least download
Just
it.
give me those numbers.
Well, that's how they show it to more people. Like the more downloads you get, the more they show it to more people.
Yeah,
So
you're right.
that helps you grow. So you need to start asking more.
I know. I just look at it as I'm just having fun. But yeah, I do need to keep asking. It's just I feel bad about asking people for things. That's just me. What
Yeah.
can I say?
Well, you're giving them entertainment for, an hour or two, whatever it is.
Yeah.
So ask for a little subscribe.
Yeah.
It's no big deal.
Everybody, subscribe to me. I love you all. Have a good night, a good day, whatever it is. Peace out.
They're gonna talk,